Hey everybody, this is Kanal with Black Man Travels. This is our sixth episode. Yes, I said sixth episode where we talk about all things black men traveling, from health and wellness to remote expat life to lifestyle and to, of course, traveling. Today I have a special invited guest, Marty McFly. He's a good dear friend whom I traveled in the past. But before I actually introduce him, I would want to take the moment to really share a unique story that I experienced this past few days. I had the honor privilege to go to Boston, where I attended my nephew's graduation from Harvard Business School. Yes, Harvard Business School, and I was surprised that he actually graduated with distinction. So he was actually part of the honors class, and this is a huge achievement because, guys, I just want to share something personal and where I'm from. My parents are from Haiti. My mom's from Haiti. Yeah, you guys know how the situation is in Haiti. My mother was homeless when she had my brothers and sister. And one thing is, my mother couldn't read or write. So to have a woman, a Haitian woman that could not read or write her own language, and come to the States with six kids, and to see her grandchild to graduate from Harvard Business School in the top 15% of his class. And that was just a special blessing to see that, and to hear my mother say that, this was her proudest moment, to see all of her kids with, degrees and doing really well in life, but also to see her grandchildren are doing well. So just wanted to share that with you guys. It was a great experience just to go to Harvard and experience the Harvard way of life. It's definitely unique. And I'll tell you this, every black person that attended that graduate, not, well, sorry, every black person who graduated, they're gonna be somebody big and special, man. Definitely, they produce leaders, and it was awesome to be part of that experience, to see that, to see black men and women graduating from Harvard Business School, about to start their lives and do something super amazing. So definitely want to give big ups to all of our recent college graduates. I don't care, from community college to Ivy League. Big ups. I wish you the best. Go out there, kick ass, make that money. And while you're making that money, get that passport and travel and see the world. Cause this is what we about, man. It's not about just black man traveling, but we also encourage our sisters to go out and travel as well. So with leading that, we're gonna start with the topic, man. And again, I got a special invited guest, Marty McFly. Now, Marty
Yeah.
McFly, he's an interesting individual. I actually had the privilege to travel with Marty back in 2017, I believe, or
Yes. It's
2016.
been a while.
Marty and I, we had some great history. I basically, I'll let him tell the story, but we had some amazing story. But before he joins the panel, Marty McFly is a
I set the vibe right. Let's go. So, some people might know me as Marty McFly, Marty for short. I started off, the starter kit, I used to call it. We used to start in DR, and then we moved on from there on. And I met up with Kenal, and he kind of put me on game, and I kind of just, he kind of saw me when I was first starting, like taking the photos and just moving around like that way. And then the trip that we did in 2017, I brought like some serious equipment out, with me, and then we started to really do different things. Instead of just making a trip, we started, like, me personally, I was trying to make it more of like an adventure, like, bring the equipment. Let's do something different, because everybody was doing the same thing. They go there, go out to party, go out to drink, meet a couple of ladies, boom, boom, bap. So I was just on some other shit. I was just wanted to try something different. And since that time, it's grown immensely, especially in that country, because now it's looked more like an event when I come. Like, if I don't come with my equipment, it's a problem. It's gotten to the point now where it's like, and then I have a character called Chachi that I introduced in the subsequent years. It's almost like a hand puppet kind of thing, like, comedic value. But it's gotten to the point where the women actually respond to the puppet more than they respond to me, which is funny. They talk like we two separate people. Like, where's Chachi? You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, we're just trying to push the boundaries on just traveling, what you could do um, outside of the norm. Oh shit, that ended right on time. Crazy.
All right, all right. Yeah, and again, guys, I had a great, awesome experience to hang out with Marty in Colombia, Medellin, where we basically had a 4-day, 5-day photo shoot. And this is before everybody else was doing it. You know, Marty was doing it before everybody else was doing it. And it was just an interesting experience to have so many women walk through our doors, photo shoots. And of course, you know, we had the drinks pouring, the food, appetizers, you know, ready.
Yeah,
And
it
of
was an
course, the good
experience.
times.
It was
It
definitely an
was definitely an
experience.
experience, and that's something that a lot of the girls always say. They're like, "Wow, this is different." It's like because we always had a fly ass spot, and you know we had the drinks coming in, food coming in. You know, if you're a smoker, the girls would bring a bag or whatever. We created that open, warm atmosphere where majority of the time girls didn't even want to leave; they just wanted to hang out.
Right.
And Marty continued that atmosphere to this day, and he's killing it in Medellin.
Nice, playful atmosphere. And it's just like you kind of just relax in the moment. Like, I see a couple of, copycats out there, but the thing is, you got to actually really produce high quality to keep the customers coming.
Yeah,
Because anybody can, show up with a camera and say, "Hey, I take photos," and to some
yeah.
extent, anybody can do that. But after that first photo shoot, it becomes very apparent the skill level that you're on or you're not on, and that's what a lot of dudes run into is getting the word of mouth to spread out and getting those repeat um, visitors, so to speak. And that's one thing I pride myself on is it's like, we're all having fun, but I got to make sure that the job is done right because I want to continue building upon what I started. And to this point, to this day, like if I get messages every day, request, they think I live there. Like I need something. Where are you at? Like I'm like I'm coming. It's not right now. Like I'll be there. So it's crazy. A boy of mine just recently had a trip. I could probably send him the heads up to tune in, but Andrew.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Andrew, yeah,
Yeah, he
Andrew.
he recently had a trip. Matter of fact, I could probably send him like the invite to listen. I guess right.
Yeah, yeah, you can. And if I do see him, I'll let him on. You know,
Yeah,
once I
yeah,
open the floor to everybody else.
yeah. But yeah, he literally just got back like 3 days ago, and see, it was his first trip, and initially we spoke about uh going there, what you should do, where you should be around, but initially he got like the wrong location for so you got to know where you want to be, where the action is. But his location was way out the way. I mean, he was like past Sabonetta, off to the east. Like he was just like, whoa, on that side. So I told him, I was like, listen, man, it was like the day before he flew out. So I called him. I said, let me see where your apartment is. He showed it to me. I was like, this is a no go. We can't do this. He didn't understand that first. I said, listen.
Mhm.
So I had to go. I literally went into Airbnb myself, found him because I got like a list of spots that I like to go. I found him a really good, affordable spot that was right in Laurellis, right,
Yeah,
Laurellis,
Loretta's. Loretta's.
and it was a good location. Walk right outside, supermarket, restaurants, everything he needed was right there. Um, and the apartment was like it was like one of those smart apartments with like touch pads everywhere,
Mhm.
automated, and he loved it. His first trip, and then he was only there for a week. Um, but pipeline, which you taught me, is you got to really like put
Now,
your work in. Yeah, yeah,
before
go
we
ahead.
get into the pipeline, what is pipeline?
Just to keep it simple, it's basically scouting out your potential prospects before you arrive. It's basically like setting up communications. You got to look at this like SWAT. It's setting up communications, you're scoping it out, you know, Call of Duty style. But you want to start talking to people at least a week or two, maybe even a month before you get there to like really vet out a few prospects. So when you touch down, you're not there on the phone all day trying to see what's up, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You already know what's up. Like, so at that point, it's just about scheduling and figuring out who you're gonna hang out with first, second, third, whatever. Um, but he didn't quite have that part down as solid as I would like him to have it. So, I initially let people find their way, like first day, 2 days, whatever. And then once I seen it wasn't going the way I wanted it to go, I said, look, I can make a post right now and have your inbox flooded.
That's
What
an
you
old
want?
school strategy, guys. That's an old school strategy. Go ahead.
So he was like, he was like, yeah, man, because people gotta realize, like in Colombia, there's a lot of flakiness with the
Mm-hmm.
women. Like you might schedule something. I mean, you could be pipelining your ass off, putting the game down, everything. You could FaceTime and all that. Everything is great, right? But then when you get this, something by the Colombian god, something will happen, and I can't make it, or it's a 3 hour delay, or let's try to do it tomorrow because they're not on the same time schedule as somebody like, New York or, like a busy city. Like time equals money. Over there, it's like, if I don't do it right now, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. It's no big deal. So that's the mindset. So you gotta, when you're only there for like a week, you don't have time to reschedule and push things back 2, 3 hours. You kind of need to have things a little bit more solid. So needless to say, I made one post. I kid you not, maybe 15 minutes, 50 girls wanting to, hey, yeah, they thinking I'm in town. Oh, you're in town. I'm like, no, no, no. My friend's in town. Like, take care of him. Like, treat him like you would treat me, So I basically, gave him the alley oop to the point where he was like, all right, this is enough. I can't take it. So I had to take the post down because it was too many. So,
Yeah.
and that just goes to show you, like, that's how it is. You kind of, when you pipeline, and then when you actually meet people, you show them respect, you show them a good time. They're gonna want to be around you when you come back.
Yep.
So and then the fact that I can like make a post and not even be there, and then somebody that I know gets all the love that I would naturally get, that just goes to show you, because there's a lot of people that can't do that. They go to certain countries, they act the fool, and then when they come back, nobody wants to hang out with them. They can't get that sort of love. So
Yeah.
that's important to carry yourself a certain way, so you have like your word means something, even
Now,
if you're not there.
this is a perfect segue to our topic, which is lame in the state, lame overseas. And the reason why, like, let me share something interesting. Last week, I joined someone podcast, right?
Mm,
And I was just a featured guest. I talked about it, and somehow the conversation segued to something else where the podcaster, he just kept bashing American women. The reason why men are traveling are because of American women, all this and that, whatever. I'm like, dude, sometimes you gotta look at stuff in the mirror. You can't blame everyone for your issues, especially women. So I said, if you're lame in the state, then you probably lame overseas. That little statement, this guy actually did a 6-hour podcast
mm,
based on that one little statement that I made, and I had to like jump on his podcast and explain myself. So now I'm using my own platform to discuss and have this conversation, because we said this many a time, lame in the state, lame overseas, and I really want to take the time today to really break down what it actually means. And I got Bacchus on the backstage, Bobby, Don, Sterling. I will definitely be adding you guys on, but I just want to start off with Marty.
mm.
So let's break down what this statement is. Lame in the state, lame overseas. What do you consider a lame? And what makes someone lame overseas?
Okay. Um, in my personal opinion, a lame would be somebody lame in the States, to start there.
Uh-huh.
Um, who doesn't necessarily live the lifestyle that they portray to live somewhere else. It's almost like
Mm,
false flagging, so to speak. So in
mm,
other words, like if you're mild mannered and going out necessarily on a regular basis isn't your thing, and then added to that, going out and buying bottles, um, wearing shiny belt buckles and, too cool for school, that kind of demeanor. But you do that overseas because, the currency is a little bit more flexible for your budget. Um, and then you just become something that you're not. And then when you go back home, you revert. It's like the Incredible Hulk turning back into Bruce Banner. Like you go overseas, "Rah! I'm that nigga. Rah!" You go back to the States.
The crazy thing about this is a common sight, especially like certain countries where you see the brothers. In the States, they probably work a typical 9 to 5. Again, no bashing. A typical 9 to 5 job, regular job. Non-factor things. Essential workers. But once they go overseas, they become bona fide ballers. Like they throwing money in the air, making it rain, speaking loud, wearing the big jewelry, want to be seen and heard. That I consider that a lame, because people think a lame is someone that is clean cut, someone got his shirt tucked in, wearing loafers. That's not a lame. And granted, I understand a lot of women in the States define lame differently, but to me, the way you carry yourself in one place and differently in another place categorize you as a lame because you're not being your true self. And but go ahead, Marty. I just want you to continue.
Yeah, and it's just you hear me? Everything's good?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, man.
Yeah, and it's just, and I don't waste too much time thinking about those guys. It's just that when they go to these different countries, they don't know how to conduct themselves, and it puts a bad stain on everybody,
I agree.
because they figure everybody's like this. So, it destroys all the goodwill that you built up. It's just not a good look when somebody who particularly looks like you is doing stupid things like throwing money up in the club. Like, you're in a third world country where people are poor, and you throwing money up just really makes you a target. It doesn't make you look cool. So, but they don't know that because they don't really. Again, it's not their thing. They just know, like, man, I'm the Incredible Hulk right now. So, I feel I'm American. So these bullets must not hit me. so they feel invincible. Yeah, whatever. But you just can't cry when situations happen to you, and they do happen. They've been happening to a lot of people. So
to be honest, I think it's been an uptick of number of lame behavior going on in these countries since the pandemic. So I'm seeing more and more guys doing stupid shit overseas where they want to be seen and heard, talking very loudly in the plane, like you literally on the plane. You don't know who speaks English, but you want to talk about who you smashed, what you did in the hotel room. I'm like, bro, you're in the plane. Everyone could, you can't assume that no one doesn't speak English,
right?
But you carry this arrogance about you that you're thinking that you're better because you're simply American with $1. That makes you a lame as hell, because I know guys who are millionaires don't even carry themselves that way. But yeah, you're a typical low-level worker, but yet you want to go to another seas and make it seem that you're more than what you are. That I need to get that, man. I need to get that. Hey, Bacchus, man, I know you're in the back listening, man. Hey, you need to help me get some some technical gear.
We gotta get him. I think it's called a Rodecaster 2. I think that's what it's called. I mean, we can look it up.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, it's just. And then see, the thing is, I've been in your group on Facebook for years, and I rarely even say anything. Every once in a
majority
while,
of the time I have to drag you to post. Hey guys, I have to constantly tell, hey Marty, post some of your stuff up. Oh, man, it's man, just post some of the stuff. We need to inspire some guys to see what type of talent is out there, because Marty has access to a lot of different places and women that the average person don't see. So, and that's something that, this podcast, he made a comment that we're all the same overseas. And I told him that we're not. The way I travel is different than how you travel, and versus someone who's just the first time traveling to a particular country. But he felt that, it doesn't matter. We're all the same. All the women are going to view us the same way. And I disagree with him. What are your thoughts on that? Is every traveler, every American traveler view the same among the locals when they see us?
Oh, you asking me that?
Yeah,
No. Oh, quick question. Real, not to get off
sure.
topic, but people want to know: is this a closed discussion? Like, if you're not in the group on Facebook, can you listen in, or it's only people in the group?
No, no, no. It's open up. It's on YouTube. It's live on YouTube right now, guys. So my subscribers are listening if they're, if they chiming in, and of course I got the Facebook group, and also I plugged this in other Facebook groups. So whoever got to listen to here, it's open. This is live. It's live
Oh,
and open to the public.
could you post the YouTube link? Because I just want to send it to a couple of people so they can listen
Sure.
because they're having trouble logging in or hearing. You know, or you can send it to me on WhatsApp. I'll forward it to them.
Yeah, I do that. I do
You
that.
know, but yeah, like while he's doing that, I think for the women that matter or the people that matter, they don't necessarily look at they. I mean, they've been having tourists come to their country. They can kind of tell who's smart and who's not, by now. And like I said, it's to the people that matter. For the people that don't matter, you know, who cares? But the people that matter can tell the difference between if you're like a newbie or you're, green around the gills. Yeah, I just got it right here.
Yeah. I mean, personally, for me, I think we're not the same. Someone who's been traveling for 20 years, that speak the languages, that understand the custom, is not in the equal playing field versus someone who just got his passport and going to Sasua for the first time. It's two different levels, and I always tell people this: when it comes to this traveling game, there's level to this. I mean, the question is, are you content in where you are? Are you content just going to the tourist destination and just messing with the pros, or have you gotten to the point where you want to be amongst the locals, depending on what social and economic class? Me personally, I don't want to be around a bunch of around poor folks all the time. Sometimes I want to be where the upper class folks go out and eat and party. That's what I'm used to seeing. So I'm not afraid to spend extra money to live in a nice spot and yet go to a nice restaurant and party where the upper class go to, because that's the environment that I want to be in. Now there are some brothers out there who prefer to be more on the low cut, like just, hey, I want to just be where the pros are. I don't want to do nothing else. I want to be where all Americans go at the bar, sit at the bar, talk shit, and just bang pros. Again, that's what I said. There's level to this, and we're not the same. But some people feel like, what, once you're overseas, everyone's treated the same way. And I just think I disagree. I mean, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, and I 1,000% also agree with you. Um, it's I'm just on a different timetable altogether because I'm in there doing different things and meeting different people altogether. Um, so like the two type of crowds that we walk, I mean, certain things will probably intermingle. Like, like it kills me sometimes if you post a picture, you'll get the people from the peanut gallery. Oh, I know that girl.
Oh yeah.
She talks to me every day. You know what I said? I'm like, yeah, she told me. She said your dick was small too. So like they get really like attached to these women. They feel like, if they spent some time with them, they somehow own them, even when they go back to America. So I'm just like, you gotta understand at the end of the day, if you don't live there, it's really just your turn.
That's
Um,
true.
and don't hate on the guys that are over there currently. If your money was together enough, you would be there permanently. That's a story for another day. But it could be today too. But yeah. So that's just the way I look at things. It's like I'm on a different timetable. In particular, like the stuff that I do, it kind of brings me in contact with the people that you usually just don't meet necessarily on social media. You kind of have to know somebody through somebody. And that's cool because you get to meet different people who are in different sectors, different who live in different stratas. They have like the 0 to 6 over there, right? Um, so obviously the 1, 2, and 3s is kind of like the hood, and everything 4 and above is kind of like upper middle class and above. So
Hmm.
um, and that's what I'm about. I'm trying to level up each time I go because you gotta start from somewhere, no matter
Yeah,
where you go.
definitely.
But each time I go, I'm trying to punch up to a different level. Like, okay, that was my level last year. Okay, let me go up to the next level and keep punching up. And sometimes you just gotta say no. The guy, I don't think a lot of guys who are comfortable just saying, "Nah, I'm cool." You know, some people will just take anything because it's there.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you got
trust me. I've seen guys. Again, I've seen guys will spend all this money to go overseas to hook up with a mud duck, and I'm sorry, uh, a mud duck is a mud duck, guys. I don't. Is beauty is not the eye of the what is it? Beauty the eye of the beholder, or whatever. No, you don't do that, man. And one thing my OG taught me a long time ago: fuck your fantasy. Like he made that so clear to me. I'm like, I didn't understand what he meant, but he's like, dude, go somewhere where you know, like, if that's a fantasy you have or whatever, go ahead and do it.
yeah,
Um,
and don't be afraid to spend some cash.
oh no, man, no, you can't spend no money, man. That's a big no no.
You know what kills me? It be the dudes that go to a third world country and they go there to spend the least amount of money, like damn near getting hostels. Oh, the Airbnb. Let's get the Airbnb. That's $20 a day in Central somewhere. Like they, they will look. Okay, we're gonna eat street food. They it's just like the American dollar. I think it's like what is that? Somewhere near 4,000 right now.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy right now, especially in
Yes.
Colombia and Brazil right now, guys. There's no reason to be so damn cheap with yourself. Like you
Open up.
literally would spend $20 to stay at a place to rest your head. Then yeah, then you want to cry about paying $20 just to do something. It's just like, come on, guys. You work hard, enjoy your money. I mean, there's ways you could actually travel without overspending, but just to be that cheap to yourself, like wow, I think you're being lame. But yeah, that's a lame right there to me.
Yeah, it's okay to open up the pockets, fellas. It's all right. It's okay to spend a little bit of money and enjoy yourself.
You're
Yeah.
cheating yourself, man, and it's like I just feel like stop it, guys. Stop it. Enjoy your money, man. You work hard for you, so you never know when it's your time to kick the buckets. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. It's just like, guys, enjoy your
Yeah.
money, enjoy your time. You just never know. And it's just like for you to be that cheap among yourself, knowing that you're not that cheap with yourself in the States. You go in the States, you buy what you want, but yet you go overseas, you bitch about $1,
And that
dollar
falls
difference.
into the topic of discussion today. Lame in the States, lame overseas. So it just kind of you kind of feel I kind of feel me personally like even if you don't travel, let's just say you don't make a lot of money. What you should do, and it's just my opinion, for whatever it's worth, um, travel when you got enough money to actually pay for the shit. Like, we and there's a couple of people that I know who have traveled with people who didn't even travel with money. Like literally left the house with $50 to go somewhere for 2 weeks.
Does that make that person a lame?
I mean, if that doesn't make him a lame, I don't know what does.
That's a bona fide lame. I'm sorry.
Stupid, lame. Like you can pick
How
any
the hell are
word.
you gonna travel overseas and not have enough money to spend or no
Yeah,
money at all?
some dudes. I personally know of somebody who traveled, at least once or twice with some people who weren't prepared. And it's just, if you're gonna travel, just be prepared. That's all I'm saying. It's like, have an idea of what everything is going to cost, and then throw maybe a third more on top of that.
Marty, look at this. That's another Marty. Just made a comment. Did you see the comment? He said, I don't want a dick please, but if you can't get it without paying at least once overseas, you are lame. What you think of that, Marty? I mean, damn.
Well, this okay.
If you
All right,
cannot listen, man, I'm gonna read this statement again by Marty W. And I know which Marty this is too. If you can't get pussy without paying for it overseas, you're lame. That's what he's. I'm not saying this, guys. And for the YouTubers out there that's gonna do a response video to this, I know they're out there watching this right now. I didn't make that comment, someone else did, and he's a true veteran in the game. So, hey, Marty, respond, please.
All right, let me read the question one more time. So, where is that? Let me bring it up. Okay, I don't want to dick police, but if you can't get it without paying at least once overseas, there is some truth to that. I would definitely say, if you can't express yourself in a foreign country to the point I mean, you've got all the leverage. I mean, you're American. Obviously, you got a little bit of money to actually get in that country. So you've already got a leg up. If you can't leverage that with a little bit of charm, with a little bit of gravitas, so to speak, yeah, because now you're just a trick that travels. Traveling
Oh,
trick. We should coin that. We should make
stop, man. Don't
t-shirts.
say that, man, dude. They're gonna come for
I'm
you,
gonna
man.
trademark that shit. Don't y'all take my ideas. I got some ideas. I got some ideas. Don't be taking my shit, you know.
I need to get that damn machine.
So yeah, so it's what kills me is like, listen, you know, I have the ability to look at things because I do photos and videos. So I have the natural ability to look at things from different angles, right? So I look at like, listen, if you're fat, unattractive, and never really had any girls in your life, I could understand if you have to go overseas and spend a little cash
But
to make
wait a minute, Marty. We're the same. I could be 400 pounds. I could still compete with Morris Chestnut. We're the same overseas.
Well, I mean, but all I'm saying is the principle. Like some dudes, my thing is like this: if you do pay, then you can't join the elite ranks and rub shoulders and puff out the chest. You could be in your own Olympics, maybe the Special Olympics, but you could still be in your Olympics and shine. You can say I paid the most and I got the best. And that, hey, that's cool, you know. But where it gets tricky is you have those guys that pay, but then don't tell people that they paid. It's like a secret. But they try to rub the shoulders with the dudes who don't have to pay and be like, I got her too. Like, you know, but we know, you know, because girls talk. So we know who's really paying, who's not.
But is there a difference? Of course, you know, again, just seeing it from their point of view. You're paying it directly or indirectly, regardless you're paying for it. What are your thoughts on that?
Now that's the eternal battle of He-Man and Skeletor. So in the States, you hear some dudes. Here's the classic argument. The classic pseudo alpha male argument. And let me put on my black voice, you know. Yo, I can get it straight off the muscle. I got game. I get girls in my neighborhood. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so now, so here's where it gets funny. Usually when I hear that, it's a lot of wind and bravado coming my way. I'm like, oh, that's impressive. So it's time to show some receipts. So now that's when things get hairy. And then you say, okay, well, you get all these girls in the States. Let's see what they look like. And it's just like bullet holes, worn out tattoos, stretch marks. I mean, you name it, it's there. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you could get that clearly because getting that is not hard. Like that's easy. So if the metric is I can get girls in the States, but you don't mention that the girls in the States you're getting is like they hover around 3 and 4s. So therefore I don't have to travel overseas to get anything. Hey, if you want to stand in your truth and that is your truth, couldn't be me, but that's fine for you. See, I take more like a liberal approach with these things. I let people be who they are. I don't besmirch people. If they say, hey, I can get all the tail I want in my neighborhood, cool. So the fact that I travel and do what I do shouldn't bother you because you got this all figured out, right? So, you know, I kind of let them have that. And but the reality of the situation is, if we're talking truthfully, which I always do, the reality of the situation is that a lot of people hate on the guys that travel because they want to be the guys that travel. That's just the reality of the situation, no matter how you slice it. If you are traveling and you have connections and you have A team, B team when you travel, that's always you can always rely on. You got good people. People tend not to like that, you know, because they haven't figured out how to do it for themselves. That's the truth. That's the truth of the truth, you know, that nobody likes to talk about. And to do these kind of things, you got to have your money together. And traveling by default, you know, on a certain level means you have to have access to money and finances. And see, in our community, that's where things get fuzzy. Things get real like, oh, I can't see. So because when you start talking about money, dudes get real uncomfortable, almost like kind of crackheadish, like they start itching. You start talking about, annuities and savings and property. Ooh, that's hairy. That's hairy talk, heresy, so to speak, Halo reference. But that's the true thing. So that's when you get guys who are mostly broke. They'll say things like, oh, I get girls, I don't have to do this. It's equivalent of saying I'm a grown man, but I don't have to have clean clothes. I don't have to have a car. I don't have to be successful in life. As long as I can fuck bitches around the way, I'm still alpha. So, and that's cool. Maybe when you're like, I would say maybe 20s, maybe early teens, but that shit gets real lame as you start approaching your late 20s into your early 30s, when really only thing you have to rely on is your dick. Because when you take that same person, I've done this before, you take that same person traveling and they're a fish out of water, because things have prices now, things cost, and then it's not you and your square circumference of your neighborhood. You're actually out face to face with other men, and you see how other men move and see how money's no object. You see the type of places they go, the type of food they eat, the type of women that are around them. See, there's a difference between paying for a woman and just having women around. You understand? It's like, if you have some people misunderstand this, all right? Some broke dudes will say things like this. I'm trying to go from the broke playbook. We flip page 2. Okay, page 2, paragraph 3, broke man playbook. What they'll say is things to the effect of, well, she's only on the boat because you have money, right? That's funny. That rhymes too. I could be like Jay-Z. But what I say to that is, it doesn't matter why she's on the boat. She's on the boat. I have a boat. Like, they don't get the concept. Like, she's there. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're signing the boat to her as indeed in forfeiture, like by some crazy osmosis, she's on the boat and you're a simp and you're just signing your checks away in your boat and everything. That's not how it works. And again, people who are broke don't understand this. Like, if you focus your time being focused and getting to the pinnacle of where you can be, by default, it attracts the opposite sex. They're attracted to that. The same way, just in case people didn't understand that, the same way you go to a gym and you see a girl in her early 20s killing the workouts, fit, pretty. Now, she's in the gym. She ain't giving you no pussy or nothing like that. She's just there, but she's in her element. She's doing what she has to do. And men are naturally going to be looking. Let's act like we've all been to the gym, where a girl walks through with the spandex, the traps, the thighs, and she's killing it, running, whatever she's doing. And dudes are going to look. Now, that doesn't mean she's going to smash you. Doesn't even mean she's going to talk to you, but she's at the top of her game, so it's attractive. So a lot of guys who never got into that next level never really understood that, because they had to go through all their life just relying on this mysterious game thing. I have game, my speech pattern. But I'm like, game can't get you a loan at the bank. A game can't pay the bill, like if you want to buy a house, like real shit. Like the women shit is like so secondary to me. It's like, I'm more concerned with tech. Me, like we talk about tech and investments and, properties and, where the stock market is going and crypto, whatever it is. I'm more interested in that. And the women, they come by default. It's not even a big deal, but for other people, that is their main thing. Like, I gotta have a woman. I gotta smash something. I gotta pay for something.
You know what? So, one thing is, a lot of guys don't do overseas. They don't show their true personality. Like, for instance, for me, due to Bacchus and you guys got me into the whole photography and videos and everything else. When I show girls my website and what I'm trying to do, they're more impressed by that. They're like, wow, you have a life, you have a personality. A lot of guys don't want to share that. They just like, hey, I'm just gonna go out there and smash and just keep it moving. But I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm all about building relationships. When I'm out there, something happens, I got people that can look after me, at least, watch out for me. And
Oh yeah.
so you got guys going there with this ugly American mindset, thinking that, hey, it doesn't matter. I'm just there to do one thing and just smash and keep it moving. And then, all right, cool. So you can't compare your experience with my experience because my experience is gonna be a whole lot better than yours. I don't have like I make an effort to build a relationship with people. So when dudes try to have that mindset, I consider that a lame because that tells me like even back in the States, you're not about building relationship. You're not about network. You're not about building. You're just
Yeah, like
about one simple low level shit. And I'm like, yo, that makes you a lame to me.
yeah, like
It just
my
go
boy,
ahead.
he went to, like I said, hopefully he gets on later on, but he went to Colombia. I set him up with some people, like if he needed to just move around. Um, my boy, he's young, that lives in Colombia. He used to actually live in the States, but his I actually knew his girlfriend because we did a photo shoot years ago and we kept in contact. And I just found she kind of put me on to him, and then me and him vibed out. And then when my boy just went over there, I said, "Listen, call this dude. He's going to take care of you. He's going to show you, like all the cultural sites, like the museums, because my boy he likes to see other stuff than just go smash chicks all day. So he actually wanted to see shit in the country. He didn't just,
Mhm.
went there to go party or whatever. So I said, my boy, he does tours, but I said he'll look out for you. You slide him a little something, he'll take care of you for the whole week. Trust me. And it was to the point he was taken care of. He didn't have to worry about Ubers. He didn't have to worry about anything. The guy knew where to eat. Took him to that
Yeah.
spot, Colossal. That's a pretty nice restaurant. A lot of people, some people know about, but not too many people. The view is sick. The food is crazy. Took him to there. That's kind of like you dress up a little bit. If you're gonna bring a woman, she gotta know how to dress classy. She
Mhm.
just can't you know, had the tits and ass out like crazy. Like it's a classy place. So you gotta, bring somebody there who knows how to dress accordingly, and then you gotta dress accordingly.
I
So
want to share something with you guys.
yeah.
In March, I went to Ecuador. My first trip to Ecuador. I went to Guayaquil and Montevideo. And my boy Bacchus set me up with a tour guide, a woman tour guide. And we hit it off right. She paid. I paid her for her services, only for tour services, guys. So don't let's keep it clean. And one night I was like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" "Oh, nothing." I was like, "Well, hey, listen, why don't you invite some of your girls out? We're gonna go to a bar. You're gonna go to a restaurant, eat. We're gonna go to the bar, have some drinks, and have a good time." And dude, she brought six fine ass women. And me and my boy, we're the only guys. We're surrounded with six beautiful Ecuadorian women. We're at the wine bar drinking, like eating appetizers. We dressed up, and I came with a button down, with the loafers and everything else. They girls came and they dress on, and we're chilling at some ritzy restaurant in Ecuador.
Hmm.
Afterwards, went to a bar, party some more, drink some more. Dude, we go back to the spot. Dude, of course, I had a fly spot overlooking Las Peñas. Man, these girls like, wow, this is beautiful. This is amazing. And man, dude, the party didn't stop to 6 o'clock. And let's just say we all got it in, literally. And it
That's
was
what's
just
up.
like they were saying, like, yo, you guys were cool. Like, we wanted to hang out with you guys. Like the fact that you guys didn't make no moves on us, or whatever, and you guys were there to have a good time. It's like, yeah, like for me, I just wanted a positive energy around me. I don't need to smash every girl that I meet. I'm
Mm.
like, yo, sometimes just want to be around beautiful women and just enjoy their company, and they just mad cool. And guess what, man? We all end up getting it in, literally, without even trying. So I'm like, and I'm the same way in the States, man. Like I hang out with Baka sometime with AJ here in Atlanta, and I'm like, yo, let's go out and have a good time, man. I'm not trying to. I never make women my primary focus. And when guys always throw women in the equation and why they travel, I'm like, yo, dude, travel because you want to learn something new and you want to, meet people. If you do get women, that's icing on the cake. And that's what makes my travel experience so grand is that fact that I never made women a priority. And to the guys who make women a priority, like their primary focus and why they travel, I think that could be a lame ass behavior at times because you
Yeah.
take away the true essence and why you're traveling. But everyone like to lump every guy in the same boat and why we travel, and that's not always the case. So I want to take the time, Marty. I want to keep you on the line. I want to open the floor to some of the other callers that I see, Sterling, Bobby, and Bacchus. Just want to get y'all take on the subject matter, lame in the state, lame. We'll see what you consider a lame, and what tips or whatever advice you could give out people out there to to avoid this issue. So I guess I'm start off with Bacchus. You on the floor?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. So what's your thought on the topic, man? Lemon states, lame overseas.
Yeah, before I even jump on that, I just want to let Marty know, hey, bro, I picked up the R6. I got it with me right here,
Oh shit!
and I got a Sigma 105
Nice.
art.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple shoots this weekend, so I'm super excited, and that R7 is gonna be on the way real soon. So
That's what I like to hear, man. Investment.
I'm getting my game up, man. I'm getting
I
my game
see.
up. I
I
still got
see.
the 5D though. I'm still gonna keep that down. She ain't going nowhere. And I got my Sigma 35 art.
Nice.
So I got it
Nice.
right and I got it tight. But anyway, to get back to it, to me personally, a lame is kind of like how the females describe it. You know, you over here and you just it's just somebody that just hasn't mastered the game. In most females' eyes, it's just a dude who is just out here. Uh, he's not in shape. He doesn't know how to dress. He doesn't know how to talk to women. He's socially anxiety, whatever. The case may be, and he doesn't make as much money. So when that kind of person goes overseas and he sees how far his money can go, you know, his ego gets bigger. He starts thinking of himself of something more. So if you're a lame stateside, you are still going to be a lame over there, but you're just a lame with money, with more money than you will. And just being an American in certain places gives you those extra creds, but you still have to know how to move. You still have to have some kind of especially respect for yourself, but you still have to understand how their culture is different and how you could adapt to that. So I completely agree with Ken. He knows for a fact I don't travel for girls. Girls is just an extra part. I get into places. I have itineraries. I want to see this. I want to go here. I want to eat that. I want to try this. If there's a chick that's going to rock with us, cool, but not necessarily needed. It's always going to happen. And people tend to flock to you when you're doing your own thing and you're in your own zone. You're the man in that, and people like that energy.
Facts.
So we always end up meeting people while we're doing stuff and then making it organic as much as possible. I still do believe what Marty said about, pipelining. That's always a good idea to see what's out there and to weed people out, but don't depend on it. And always doing your research and knowing about where you're going, where you're staying, how far it is from ABC, and all these extra stuff. So that's my 2 cents on it. Can you mute it?
Yeah, okay, thanks, Bacchus. Bobby Davis, what you take on this, Bobby?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. We would like to hear your thoughts on the subject.
All right, cool. So I always posted this in the group. I don't know if anybody ever seen this. Is like people treat traveling like it's a panacea, and basically they feel like when they travel, it cures all their problems, and especially people who we consider like lames that get no chill time in the States. Like they can't get girls, they can't talk to people properly at all. So they always leave with money. And I had this conversation a lot. It's like it's always because I had this conversation with black people and white people. But it seemed like white people, right, with white guys, usually they kind of recognize like, okay, yeah, I'm a lame. Only reason I can come to Thailand and fuck a lot of girls is because I got money. But when I talk to a lot of brothers, they be like, oh, they just love brothers out here. But you sitting on like Soy Six, which is like a red light district, buying girls overpriced drinks, and then you got to bar find them, and then you got to take them home. But they love brothers over here. So it's like it's kind of like a big disconnect. Like you're saying they love brothers, but how would you even know they love brothers if you're only messing with working girls?
True.
So I kind of feel like if you're lame in the States, you're gonna be lame everywhere. Cause it's just like just cause you leave the United States, it doesn't like magically change human nature. Women are gonna still be women. Like men are still gonna be men. So you still gotta have some time of talking. You gotta have some way. You have style. Gotta have some charisma, confidence. But people, since you just left for the United States, you like magically turned into like Prince Charming or something like that. And I'm not. This is not like a knock on people who pay, because like you do whatever you want with your money. But I feel like we really need to like recognize it. Like, if you can't do the same things you do overseas in the States, you're lame. Like, that's just my 2 cents. But I don't want to take the floor too long.
No. I'm listening, man, because I've always been curious about your thoughts on it, because I do read your comments in the group. So I totally agree, and that's why I'm actually a huge advocate in regards to like betting yourself. Guys feel like what, just show up and be just show up and everything be all right. Like, no, take the time to work on yourself, work on your investment, work on your body, work on your mind. So as you continue to travel and grow, like you could actually expand your options. But some guys don't believe in that. Some guys, there's some YouTubers, again, there's tons of YouTubers saying some crazy shit out there, man. Like, yo, just show up and they're gonna love you for who you are, and they don't care. They just want your personality. Like, come on, that's bullshit, man. Some of these countries, the women there are so vain. If they have a certain look, how they look at their local man, what they expect by a foreigner. Now, granted, if you leave with your wallet, then yes, they're gonna like accept and compromise as much as they can before they can't deal with it anymore and moved on. But I completely agree with you. I think there's certain things you need to do to better yourself as a man, and that's something you want to do in general. You always want to better yourself, but some guys feel like, what, I could just go, eat street food every single day, stay in a $20 hostel, and bang all the bad women I want. I'm like, dude, you're not banging the bad women. I've seen the pictures. Trust me. And it's kind of sad. But
Facts.
I want to move on to Sterling, man. Get Sterling thoughts on it. What you think, Sterling?
All right, good evening, fellas. This is a good topic, man. I had to jump in on this. Yeah, basically the lame thing, going throwing cash in the club. I've seen that a lot, and also it's kind of embarrassing because if I'm in a location with brothers from the States and they're doing all that showing out chains and stuff on, I'm more like the low key guy. I try to blend in with the locals. I don't do all that the cash throwing everywhere. I don't even let nobody know how much money I got on me at times. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to spend and do what I got to do, but um on my level, I've been traveling since '07, so I've been on dates like Dominic with women who have 9 to 5s, who have degrees. So I experience different than others who just do the playing and paying them for playing everything. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's about how you carry yourself, what you wear, are you smelling right, doing not being cheap, not being obnoxious, not being cocky, not being this, not being that, learning the language, speaking clearly, learning everything, just knowing what to do. But I that lame stuff is you gotta know what to do when you're over there in different locations. It's embarrassing to some of us who want to go for that reason. And I don't make my travel all about women either. I try to do, go see new things. I'm not a photographer or nothing like that, but I like to learn some of the good stuff, that you guys are doing. But it's real crazy when I see this stuff over here, and I put my hand on my head like, oh man, I just go the other way. Like, these cats are just out of line. Like, it's too much, and I don't know. It's just embarrassing to me. I can't stand it when I see that stuff. I try to just I don't know. But
I've been traveling for quite a while, and I've seen some shit. Like, of course, most of the crazy stuff that I've seen always been in DR and Colombia, and I see some lame behavior where guys would just blatantly disrespect the locals, cuss at them, talk loud, and just feel like they need to be seen because I'm American. All the girls want me, this and that, whatever. And I'm like, and I look at them sideways. I'm like, man, come on, bro, you're embarrassing me now. And it's kind of sad, but guys think that hey, you just come the way you are, you be okay. There's no need to work on yourself, and everything will be good to go. So, okay, I see Andrew the show just popped in. Let's jump him. I want to get his take on it. What's up, Andrew?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? I just heard you just got back from Colombia, your first trip to Medellin.
Yeah, man.
All right. Hey, we got a YouTube veteran in here, so definitely want to get your take on the subject. Name in the state, name overseas. What's your take on it?
Shout out to you, by the way. I didn't even know you had a channel on here, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Hey,
you
by the
was
way,
doing
I
YouTube
met
thing.
Andrew in Orlando. What was it? What 3 years ago? We hung out in the club.
Yeah. I think so. Was it 3? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It was before COVID, definitely 2018, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. You had a bad little Dominican broad, man.
Hey man, you know what I mean? I keep it quiet. I keep
Yeah,
it quiet.
I got you. I got you.
But yeah, but do your thing, man. So what's your take on the subject?
Okay, I'm just jumping in, so you got to kind of run down things a little bit quick with me, because
Yeah, Marty kind of highlight, what is a lame in the States, lame overseas. We're talking about the subject about basically, I made a comment and another YouTuber live that, if you lame in the state, lame overseas, and he kind of took offense to it. And I had to explain what a lame is to me based on my opinion. So
okay,
I decided, let me have a live podcast to clear everything up, because dude created a 6-hour podcast based on one little statement that I said. And I had to like literally jump onto his live where I had to explain myself, like, okay, this is what a lame is. And basically someone who pretends to be more than what they are.
yeah,
Overseas, you've probably seen it many times overseas. Like, guys, are you just an average Joe, which is okay to be an average Joe in the States, but yet you go overseas, you're Don Juan, and you're Capone and shit. You buy the bar and just throw the cash up in the air type of thing. So wanted to get
right.
your take on it, and every guy and every person in here already chimed in, so I want to get your take on it.
Are men who feel they have to, I guess, overly show out
Yes,
overseas?
yes,
Um, okay, so you want my take on it? Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
that's
Your opinion on it? What's your take on it?
um? I mean, honestly, I've traveled to many different countries, man, and just my honest opinion on it, you don't need to do all that though. I mean, it's not called for. I mean, I always say this on my channel too. Just, if you're gonna go overseas, have a good time. Just have a clear mind. Be open minded about things, and just enjoy your time. Leave all that. You know, just leave all that westernized mentality in America, man. Just go out there and just have a good time. Because I think just people who don't travel as much, or haven't traveled at all, tend to want to do too much, and usually to that extent they haven't done any research before traveling, or even talk to people who've traveled to these countries to kind of get more of the 411 of what's going on. But I just feel that, you know it, from my experience, man, the women don't give a shit. They really don't care. As long as you treat them right, they gonna treat you right.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Uh,
Okay, okay. And I can see Dominican Don Juan actually joined the call. I'm actually unmute you. Don Juan, what do you think, man? What's your take on the subject?
Yeah, man,
Don
can
Juan.
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Are you on Bluetooth or
You
something, or?
guys hear me?
Yeah, can you get off of YouTube, because I'm hearing feedback on my end.
Is that my music or your music? Hold on for a second.
I don't have no music.
All right. No, that was my music. Can you guys hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now. Hey, what's your take on it, man?
Yeah, it's like I'm on my phone now. I apologize. I haven't done this in a while, so if
No,
there's
no
some kind of
problem.
feedback, let me
Oh,
know. But I'm using my phone.
yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. What's your take on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was just basically saying that, I agree with what most of the guys were saying as far as, being, if you're lame here, you're gonna be, lame overseas. Kind of the same kind of ideals. I really think most of what you were saying, as far as how how a man carries and conduct themselves. It first starts, like where where you're home, in your home city. So if you carry yourself a certain way here, like I said, if a regular 9 to 5 guy, earning a certain kind of money, and you can't pull a certain kind of woman here, and then you try to go overseas, and all of a sudden, you want to wear gold chains and flashy outfits and stuff like that, and try to make the women think that you're more than um what you really are. To me, I agree. I think that's kind of lame.
Yeah, that's very common, man. You have guys that, again, guys, there's nothing wrong being the average Joe's, being an ordinary guy. I consider myself an ordinary guy, even though, I have a successful career and everything else. I keep it simple. I'm a simple guy, Chuck Taylor, white tee, shorts type of guy. But when I go overseas, I do the same exact thing. Now, granted, depending on the environment that I'm going to, I accommodate based on that. If I have to wear a button down or a blazer, I'll do it. But you have a lot of guys here in the States, all right, you're just a regular Joe Blow, but then you want to go overseas, you're like a superstar. And you feel the need like to put on and what you really are. And it shows. And you can tell by speaking to them. It's like, I can tell this is your first time traveling here. You feel like the need to degrade the locals, like you think you're better than them because you're making money in the States. That this is what I consider a lame. I don't consider lame someone who dressed up, who's educated, because of course the way we define lame here in the States is based on the fact that we don't have a bunch of tattoos or dreads or a big grown big beard, that stereotype that makes us a lame because we don't fit that stereotype. But a lame to me is someone who just act beyond himself and it just like feel the need to put on for other folks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just my take on it. So Marty, what's your take on it, Marty? I know we started off with you, wanted to add you back onto it.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, what's up? What's up?
No, I just wanted to add your take. Based on the other guys, their comments. I mean, what do you think? What everyone, what based on
Yeah.
what everyone else said.
I mean, everybody's in agreement. I mean, because everybody here pretty much travels, so I mean, we get it. It's just I find that a lot of people who don't travel have the most to say about traveling. So unfortunately, we got those spectators on the side, and it's fine. That's to be expected when you're moving about and you're doing different things. There's people bound to have issues with it, and that's okay. This life ain't for everybody. So yeah, so like I said, Andrew, he was recently in Colombia, and he can attest to, hey, I make a phone call, I make a post, it'll change your whole outlook in the trip. Like, he was getting, I had to shut the post down. It was just too much. I was trying to hit Andrew. He was like, yo, I can't talk right now. I got to respond to all these women talking to me. Like, he had a great time. Check him out. He posted stuff.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you now.
yes, we can
Yeah,
hear you.
Global Paper. I don't know who this guy is. And I'm not trying to, start no beef with nobody or nothing like that. He was just, trying to say that the Spanish girls don't check for brothers in the USA, and I'm like, well, see, to me, this falls back into lame and how you conduct yourselves, in the States, right? So let me tell you a story. So one day I'm heading to the gym, right, and it's and I see a little Spanish honey. She's got a cleaning business, right? So I roll up on her. I say, hey, I want to get my place clean. She gives me her flyer, right? So and I set up a time for her to come by and clean the place, right? So she come through, she cleans the place up, right? And as she's cleaning the place up, she's like, wow, I really like your place and this, that, the other, all this other kind of stuff. So as she's leaving, we just started having a conversation, and she was trying to really figure out, like, she was like, you married, are you married? I'm like, you got a girlfriend, and what's going on with your situation and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, it's just me. I don't have no novia. I'm normally traveling out of the States and so forth and so on. And make a long story short, she was just saying, she told me, anytime you need chicas, she was like, give me a call, and I can send you girls, that are interested. I'm talking about real talk. She's like, if you want girls to fuck, I can send you girls to fuck. And that's just off of her coming to see how I lived, and then how we were able to have a conversation. And then from there, she was like, "Hey, I can get you women." And this is again in the United States. So to me, that proves that the way you conduct and carry yourself inside the states is is going to be just as important than if you was faking trying to go overseas. That's all.
Well, I'm gonna ask the entire panel this. What about if someone is awkward? He's awkward. He's not comfortable with himself. What advice would you give that guy if he wants to go overseas and travel and meet
Oh
women?
man,
And so,
Well, he's got
I
so
got some stories for days, but go ahead.
yeah. If you mean like he gotta, I think it's something you said earlier. It's like it's things that I like. For me, I didn't understand this as a young man, the value of having a social network. I mean, you talked about that earlier. He got to get out his comfort zone. That's what I would say. You got to get out your comfort zone, and you got to build your social network. And again, if you come at it from the standpoint of not always looking for, thinking with your dick, but thinking about how to build a social network of men, women, that kind of thing, that'll help him, him kind of overcome that social awkwardness, because it's not going to just disappear if he goes out of his states. He's got that. To me, that's something he's got to get control of while he's here, in my opinion.
Andrew, what about
Yes.
you? I mean,
All
what
right,
advice
man.
would you give someone that is awkward, that wants to travel and wants to like better himself?
All right, man. I'm gonna give y'all a little story of a situation that happened to me in Costa Rica. I think Marty could testify on this one. I think I I told you the story about this one. There was a guy, right? And I guess this could apply to the whole bragging and braggadocious, trying to big up yourself. There's a
Yeah,
guy that was a fan of mine, right? And he wanted to travel with me. I was like, all right, cool. Now, I normally don't travel with people who are fans, but I said, okay, this time I said for once, I'm like, okay, the guy's been a hardcore subscriber. He's been following me for a while. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's go to Costa Rica together. Worst thing I could have ever done. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, man. Everybody has different type of personality traits. That doesn't mean necessarily because they may be somebody that may admire you for something that you're doing, but you don't know that person personally. So I took that chance. The guy told me he worked for P. Diddy, right? I found that kind of odd that, he's flying on a regular plane, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, this the stuff he was talking about, like he has a lot of money, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, he said he worked for P. Diddy on the side, but he does construction work. And I'm like, how do you add that two together? But I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? I just went with the flow. When we got to Costa Rica, this guy didn't have 2 nickels to make a dime. Like literally flat effing broke. Like literally broke, right? No, when I say broke, I'm talking about he ain't got $1 to his name.
So he's gonna live off you then? You was his budget plan?
So what?
Yeah. I said you must have been his budget plan, because I don't even know how you could do something like that. But go ahead.
Let me tell you
That's
something,
true.
man. I ended up becoming this man's secretary, his budget planner.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ, man. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So when we went to Costa Rica, man, and he's a grown ass man too. So he's telling me, well, Drew, I didn't have any money on my trip with me. And I'm like, why did you decide to book a flight if you didn't have any money? Like, would you got your credit cards or something? Nah. What you mean, nah? Well, how you getting your cash? He's like, oh, well, I gotta wait for tomorrow because my boss is supposed to send the money. It's supposed to hit my bank. Now, listen, I don't downplay brothers. I'm not that type of a dude. I like to uplift my brothers and people who travel. I got nothing against that. You know what I'm saying? But we got to keep it 100 here, man. Like, what in God's what in what kind of sane planet do we live in that you travel with
That's
absolutely
not sane.
nothing?
That's all.
That is
There ain't nothing.
insane.
Yeah, ain't nothing sane about that, man. That's just. I don't even know.
Bro,
I don't know what to say about that.
when I travel, I got to make sure, like, when I was talking to Marty, right? First time I was going to Colombia, the first thing I asked Marty was, yo, I'm going for a week. I'm about to bring like 2 stacks with me. He says, nah, man, that's too much. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, all right, so what should I bring? Like $1,000 or something? I was like, I like to extra be prepared because you never know. You just
Yeah,
never know. Well, I like to make sure I got some cash with me.
yeah.
So I'm the type, I got colones from the bank, but I didn't realize that you didn't have to exchange colones, which is Costa Rican money. You can use the American dollar out there, but I wasn't aware of that.
Oh,
So
okay.
I ordered some colones from the United States. I usually do
What
like
Columbus?
colones
Is
is
their
money.
money? Oh, it's their
Is
money.
their
Okay,
money. Yeah, they
okay,
go by colones.
okay.
So I got some Costa Rica colones from the United States. I got there with some cash. I made sure I had some cash on me. I got my credit cards, all that, you know what I mean, on deck. So when he told me straight up he didn't have any money, I was like, all right, he paid for his flight and he had his place to stay. Now, we scheduled our plans to stay for a week. I usually like to do week vacations for new places, maybe a couple days a weekend or something like that. If I want to do something real quick, I'll do like a week or something, just to get my feet wet because I got to get back to the money. So I'm like, all right, we out here. This guy only books for 2 days when he's supposed to be staying for a week like I am, but he only books for 2 days. Now, granted, the place that we stayed was in Jaco Beach. We stayed in an Airbnb location for one night in San Jose, and then we went to Jaco, which takes about an hour and a half to get to the other side of the island. The place that we were staying in is only $50 a night. And there's a restaurant underneath the bottom of this hotel. It's very nice. And it comes with breakfast and dinner. You can't ask for nothing more than that for $50. So, and we got breakfast and dinner included. You got your own hotel room, hotel stay for $50. I was staying there for 6 nights, 7 days and 6 nights. He booked the same because he wanted to stay, on the same days I'm staying. This man only reserved his spot for 2 nights because he was depending on his bank account deposit to come in so he can order the extra nights. I said, dude, why didn't you book yourself for extra nights, man? I
I
mean,
mean, bruh. I mean, see things like that. I give you a humanitarian award for that, but that to me, I mean, sometimes I guess you got to take somebody under the wing and kind of show them the way up the way. But usually, I try to like if I'm traveling with a group, I try to screen for all of that beforehand because that could seem to me like that throw your whole vibe off. You know what I mean? Like if I know in the group a lot. I know we talk about how it started out with 5 dudes trying to do something, then it'd be 3, then it'd be 2, then it'd be 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then because of some of those same issues and stuff like that, and I don't had flat out arguments like I don't I was listening early on. It's like, dude, we trying to book a room, and we already going to a third world country, and you hemming and hawing over the cost of the room. I'm like, man, spend their goddamn money. You making the money. It's like, what I mean? I'm like the places that you staying in. I'm like, in hell, in the States, in the Marriott, it's fucking
yeah.
$200. Excuse my language. It's $200 a night. I'm saying, and you over here hemming and hawing, I'm like $40 a night, man. You might be in a 3, 4, 5-star hotel. So I'm like, when guys start hemming and hawing and acting like they, ain't got that just I'm not. You know what? I'll just bounce by myself then, because I don't plan on being out of the country and then be trying. I'm not trying to say I ain't rich or nothing like that, but I organize my shit in a certain way, so I'm not. I don't go on vacation to be penny pinching, man. I spend the money.
Yeah, so like continuing on with this story, man, this guy was waiting for his paycheck to come in the next day. I said,
Yeah.
all right. So I said,
Mhm.
all right. I said, all right, cool. So next day happens. He's like, I'm in San Jose. We got 2 girls coming with us, right?
hmm
And I must have had like 1 condom at the time. I'm just keeping it real. I had 1 condom. I had these 2 girls coming in, right? And this shit might make you laugh, but these 2 girls, right, at first was hitting us up for like maybe $150 to smash. Now that's way too much money, and this is American money they're asking.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're playing that game, you always want to wait to the end of the night or close to the end of the night because a lot of these females get desperate. And that's when you can bargain for a whole lot lower prices. Because guess what? They rather take any money than no money.
So let me ask you guys a question then, because it comes up a lot. Is Ken all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
So in your circles, does that come up a lot? Because I don't have so many discussions like, when you out and this, and you start talking about pay for play and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, do you have a cap? Like, do you just be like, I'm gonna pay whatever I feel like it's worth paying, or like he just mentioned $150? I know some dudes be
It
like,
really
oh
depends.
man,
Yeah, I
Depends
kind of
on the
get.
girl.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of get what you're saying. It really depends, man. To be honest, I mean,
okay,
at the end of the day, I'm all about experience. You
Me
know,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
dude, I banged so much over the years, man. It is what it is, man. For me, it's
No,
like I
but you know
got
what I'm saying. But some dudes will be like, oh man, it's guys like Ken O that's coming down here paying $150. They messing up the market. That
fuck
kind of
them
thing.
shit. Fuck
Yeah,
it,
I know,
it.
I know.
Yo, you know what?
I'm just saying, I just want
Get your money up because trust me, I
you
got
know,
some boys that travel, man. And dude, they don't give a fuck, man. They're
Nah.
they're like fuck the economy. I'm gonna live my life. I bust my
yeah,
ass. I'm gonna do what I want to
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
I'm all about
yeah,
experience, man. So it's like for me, I'm not gonna penny pinch, but at the same
uh-huh,
time, I look at behavior. So if you kind of clock watching and too anxious of certain
yeah,
things, then yeah, I was like, I don't want that, man. But at the end
yeah,
of the day, if you're gonna
yeah,
have a good time
yeah,
with me, you know what? I'll pay
yeah,
more than I have to. This is what it is, man.
It's
yeah,
all about
yeah,
having the experience, like Travel was saying. Definitely, I agree with that. Like in Medellin, for instance, when I was out there, I literally
mhm,
I literally played the character role of who I wanted to be. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
uh-huh,
that was just I was having fun. But
yeah,
I don't have to push it out there like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm grabbing ass, I'm grabbing this, da, da. I ain't gotta really do all that because it's like if you're a
yeah,
natural born traveler,
yeah,
you kinda
Becomes
get used to
natural.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just comes with it. You know what I mean? Like that's why I try to tell a lot of fellas too out there. Women are just a part of your journey. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? It's a part of your experience. You can't play it as like the
yeah,
Western game where you got to put women on a pedestal. You got to do all this extra stuff. No, you don't. You don't have to.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
invite a girl over. The first thing she'll say, "Hey, you want me to bring a friend with me?" Like, yeah, why not? You know what I mean?
Yo,
Bro.
yeah,
Andrew, I can share this with you. And a month ago, me and Bacchus went to Rob's wedding in Cartagena,
Yeah,
and Bacchus set up this private beach tour on this private island called Bora Bora.
yeah,
I bought an additional ticket. I
yeah,
said, like, you know what? I'm not gonna go there by myself. So I pay for additional ticket, which was about $100.
mhm,
And again,
mhm,
I bought a ticket without knowing that I'm gonna have another girl. Not lucky for me, I
mhm,
met a girl at the wedding where it's like, hey,
mhm,
listen, I'm going to a board. Would you love to come with me? She came along
uh-huh,
with me. And
yeah,
dude, I told her straight up, listen, don't feel no pressure. I want you to have a good time. Like when we got to the island, I tell her, listen,
uh-huh,
I just want you to have a good time. Drink, order whatever you want. We just, I just want a woman company.
yeah, yeah,
And guess what, man? I ended up smashing like crazy.
oh yeah,
Because when she's like, yo, I like how I felt around you. It was no pressure.
yeah,
I even walked away from her a few times, like at the beach, like, yo, do you?
bro.
And
When
I'm
I
like
was,
walking around, huh?
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was like, I walked away, like, yo, do you enjoy yourself? She
mhm,
always came look for me. Like,
mhm,
where you at?
yeah,
Yeah,
And I
and
yeah,
I'll be telling some dudes that, even with even with the girls that you play for play, you got to understand that they're humans at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can create good relationships or good
Oh yeah,
repertoire
definitely.
with some of these women. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
definitely.
honest with you, there could be a female that okay, she charged me 65 for the night, and guess what? If she continues
Uh,
seeing me, she might not even charge me at all. She might even charge me
oh yeah,
$25 and just
definitely.
ask for a little bit of cash, like,
Mhm.
hey, or
Yeah,
sometimes
definitely. Yeah.
I'll ask and say like things like, okay, like Marty would kind of put me on some games. Says, hey, you gotta ask him, like, hey, put him up front. You gotta ask him up front,
Yeah.
hey, are you a
Yep.
working girl or you a regular chick? You know what I mean? So that way you know how to like maneuver. I went on dates with regular chicks out there. So
Yeah.
it's not like it can't be done. You can meet regular locals or regular local women. I
Mhm.
just like the dating market in the foreign regions because I feel that men have more of a leverage when it comes down
Yeah,
to the dating
definitely.
scene
Oh, definitely.
besides the Western world, especially black men. You know, we have more
Definitely.
options. And I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah.
you. When I went to Colombia, I didn't experience any racism whatsoever. It doesn't even exist out there.
Mhm.
It's out there, but I mean, depending where you are.
It
So it's
may
out
be, I
there.
don't know.
Yeah, it's
I,
out there. I
I
think
just
it's
I just
out there.
never I've never
You can
experienced
get
it.
away from it.
I've never
Yeah.
experienced it personally.
I mean,
I mean I've had a lot of
like a little bit, but so it just depends. I'm saying I wasn't. I mean, if in certain areas, like I said before, Brazil, I felt that way, but overall in Latin America, I would probably say nah, I feel that for the most part.
Hey
Everybody seems
guys.
to just be like
hey
they
Marty,
don't
who
really
is
care.
that?
Hey guys. Hey guys. I want to take a moment. I want to take a brief moment to recognize Marty. Marty was one of my pupils.
Who is this chick
He,
right here?
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
That's right.
Is
Hey,
somebody showing the
Marty.
picture? God
Yo,
damn.
Marty's definitely doing his thing in Colombia, man. And you know what? I'm sitting here like a proud professor. Like, goddamn, the student become a master
Marty
now, man.
Marty. Let me tell you something about Marty,
So
man.
see, Marty,
This
he understood substance. He understood female psychology. He know at least the way I look at it, even though I don't have none of that equipment. There's something about a fucking camera, man. It works wonders when you get around the women and you got a camera. They'll do some interesting things.
Hey,
this guy
Judging from
this
what he
guy
told me.
Marty this guy Marty over flooded my messenger, man. Like this guy went ahead and copied and paste.
now, Andrew,
I'm
Andrew,
in
that
Medellin,
tactic
right?
that Marty just passed on to you, I
Man.
gave it to Marty like 5 years ago.
Yo, let me tell you
So
So
something, man.
where is this
Man,
right here?
I'm
This is
in
in
Medellin
Medellin?
and I'm chilling, right? I'm in Medellin. I'm chilling.
Okay. Yeah.
It just so happened to be one of those nights where I ain't got a chick. So I said to Marty, I'm like, yo, man, one thing about the game out here when it comes down to the women in Colombia, it's totally different from DR, from any other, because DR is a little bit different. You could always call a chick and somebody's gonna be ready. But
Yeah.
Medellin is kind of like, I don't know, like for me, between 2 o'clock in the afternoon and 4 p.m., they do the flakiness, right?
Oh,
But
really? Okay.
after some time, they'll start
Yeah.
hitting up your phone number. So Marty did
Mhm.
this. All right, you want a bunch of girls, man? You want to have some options? I'm gonna give it to you. This man copied and pasted and says, "Yo, my boy's in Medellin." This man, let me tell you something. What talk about women? My shit was over flooding like
Yeah.
crazy. I had like 70 bitches hit me up. I said, Marty,
Yeah.
yo, take that shit down, bro. This is too much.
Yeah,
And he
that's
was,
an old school. That's an old school move right there. There's a couple of ways you can do
yo, take my shit down, man. I
that.
can't. There's too many girls hitting me up. I can't get to all these girls. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah.
you got one chick upset, crying
Yeah.
because I'm not talking to her, and she's
Yeah.
crying to Marty, say, "Hi, Marty, Andrew's not trying to talk to me." I'm like, yo, I got too many girls. Like, I'm trying to get
Yeah.
through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
That's a
shit's
good
crazy.
position. It's a good position to be in, definitely.
Yeah, man. But listen, man. At the end of the day, regarding to this guy, man, traveling broke and everything like that. Uh, Here's the thing. He ended up staying outside of the hotel because he couldn't have his money. I said, "Listen, bro, you want me to pay for the next few nights for you, man? I'm not gonna let you stay there." He's like, "Nah."
Yeah. Yeah.
He says
Yeah.
this. I used to be in the military, man. I
Yeah.
could survive through rain and a whole bunch of weather and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like,
Yeah.
you don't have
So
to
he
impress
Rambo
me
now.
about
Okay.
that
All right.
shit. I said, hold on.
Yeah.
I said, listen, you don't got to impress me about that shit, bro. Listen, if you don't got the money, you don't got it. I'll give it to you. I have no problems in helping out people. Cause listen, if you're rolling with me and you outside, how is it gonna look if I'm bringing chicks over, man? Because it's gonna make me look bad. So I'm like, nah, man. Let me put you up in a place. Let me put you up to stay somewhere.
I mean, he probably should have just stepped, he probably should have just stepped to you before all that. It's just, that's what I would have did. I mean, but go ahead.
So he ended up. God damn, them bitches look bad. Anyways, he ended up just doing this, man. He ended up waiting 2 to 3 days before his money kicked in. Then when his money kicked in, he didn't get enough as he expected, right? So here's the thing: he only got $150, right? And I'm like, dude, you're not gonna go far with that, man. Not go far with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Costa Rican food is cheap and but you got to think about it. You got to spend if you want to play the game. You got to spend money on some girls, whatever. But here's what happened.
So where were you guys? Were you guys in San Jose? I've never been to Costa Rica.
No, we were in San Jose, and then we went to Jaco Beach, which is on the other side.
Jaco Beach. Okay, I got you.
So when we was in Jaco Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in his feelings because I'm bringing girls over. So he starts looking at me and getting upset with me because he wants me to tag along with him because he ain't got money to be going out. His whole idea was just staying in the house trying to make beats because allegedly he works for P. Diddy, right? He has this little shitty keyboard, like one of those. You ever see those things in the Dollar Tree with those little casino keyboards, bro? I kid you not. I cannot make this shit up, bro. He was using one of those $2 keyboards, saying he's making beats. I said,
so
bro,
he'll want to be a celebrity. See, now that's lame,
bro. But he was trying too much with me, bro, because I was a YouTube podcaster. I said, bro, I'm a regular individual just like you and me. I ain't got a lot of money either. But listen, I would have respected him more if he would have been like, you know what, Drew, I don't have any money for this vacation, man. I'm gonna have to sit this one out. I would have like, all right, cool. I'm like, no problem, because I don't bash somebody if they ain't got no money. There's times I ain't got no money. I can't do shit either. But don't.
What's up with the little panda bear? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, let's take a minute. Let's give Marty the floor. I'm seeing new content that he has not shared with me in a long time. Like,
he got a little panda in there and everything. What's up with the panda?
So Marty, man, hey Marty, speak on this, bro. Where you at?
Oh, laser panda.
Marty on the floor, man. Speak on the videos that you're showing, man. Let's go. Let's see it.
Yeah, I think you muted, son.
Those are some nice girls, man. Marty just showing off.
Hey, you muted, Marty.
Okay, I found it. I couldn't see the screen. All right. So I was just going through a couple of videos. This is just from my last trip. Like, it's crazy. But that's what I was saying before. I got like a little character named Chachi, right? And
Chachi, that's the bear.
That's the bear. And how it works is he's an ex-Colombian drug lord that's now he does photography, but he has flashbacks of when he was like, the Hefe and all that stuff. So the thing about it is he kind of speaks broken Spanish and broken English at the same time. And the women, they love the voice. They love just the way I put it all together to the point where they don't even be checking for me. They be like, "Where's Chachi?" Like, he's a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? Where's Chachi? Like he be like, let me play something. If y'all could probably hear the audio. Let me just hold on.
Dude, play that video, man. All them videos. Play that.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, she was wearing. Oh, here it is.
Where's Chachi? But Chachi being Medellin, Boca Child, it's been a long time since
you got a hand puppet on?
Twerking.
She has a nice body, man. That's most girls from Medellin ain't built like that.
Whoa! Muy hermosa. Oh,
I'm gonna be in the Dollar Tree
Well,
tomorrow.
I don't know what part of Medellin you've been to, brother, because the ones I've
They all
seen,
built
they
like
got
that to
bodies
me.
like that, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Guys, I've been all over Colombia, but it's just Medellin. They girls tend to be more
a
petite.
lot of work to do.
Yeah, to a certain
Nah, I don't
degree.
know
But
about that one, Ken. I don't know about that one.
hey, have you been to a spot in Medellin called Palahelis?
Chachi, we now.
What's it called?
Palahelis.
Where is that man?
You talking about Pacajeras?
I think that's
Yeah,
how you pronounce it.
I think you're talking about Parque
Yeah,
Garrett.
Pacajeras.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yo, Andrew, I've been going to Medellin since
Okay.
2016.
Oh,
Okay. No, because I mean Medellin's pretty big, so I mean,
I've been all over, man.
But yeah, there's you see a lot of Venezuelan women out there.
So what do you?
I mean, now.
What do you tell them to get them to take the photos? You tell them you're a photographer.
I mean, you don't have to do all that, but
Yeah, you really don't.
The thing is, I built up so much capital over the years. They already know who I am before I even get to the country.
Okay, that's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
It's like it's to the point where it's like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and then they all know me on social media. So when I drop down the country, it's I don't even have to tell them. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be here from this day to this day.
Yeah.
I have this time free if you want to get in. If not, I got somebody else who can hop in. What do you want to do? That's just how it is. Because as you can see, I'm just cycling at random, just video. I got pictures professional pictures that I took, but this is random, and this is every day, from sun up to sundown. 9,
So
10.
do you ever have any issues being concerned with like with carrying that kind of equipment? I would imagine that's expensive gear. How do you secure all of that stuff, or does is that like a non-factor when you making your moves?
It's not really a factor intense because I don't, believe it or not, I don't bring that much stuff with me. It's just the stuff that I do bring is lightweight. It's not something that like my lights. It's really camera and lights and laptop. And all these things are in plain sight at all times where I'm working for 90% of the time. These guys will tell you I'm working. I'm not drinking, partying. I'm literally working. So there's nothing that slips my mind because it's all right.
This is some of Marty old work back in the day. Marty, you remember this? This is 2017, guys. This is old work.
And the thing about it is, like I said, I'm working all the time, and then also the people that I'm meeting have a rapport with me. And so what it is, it's almost to the point where my reach is good enough where I can shut a woman's whole social media down by saying, oh, she's a thief, she's a whatever. They don't want that kind of stench on them. You got
that social currency.
I got a little bit of social currency where if I make a post about somebody like, hey, this person came over, they did something foul. They don't want that. They want everything to be cool. And I let them know, even before getting, you gotta have your ID. I'm taking a picture of you. You gotta show a picture at the front desk. It's not, I don't be in establishments where you can just walk in and out of. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, to get into the building, you have to show a valid ID at the desk. And then when you see me, you're gonna take a picture with ID that gets uploaded to the server immediately. So it's not like I can lose my phone and we don't know who was there.
Now keep in mind, guys, the place that upload the IDs are places where you need to spend a little more money for security. So I know there's a lot of guys telling dudes to stay in these cheap hotels or cheap motels out in Colombia. Don't do that. Don't risk your life, man. Go ahead and pay a little bit more for security. Make sure that the security guard there 24/7 where they could check their ID or even scan it. If anything were to happen, they can catch them.
Yeah. So this is what, and I think this goes back to something that you was talking about. Also, what the other guy was talking about about traveling.
Yeah, you're breaking up bad, bro.
What about now?
Yeah.
Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you're breaking up bad.
Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Marty.
just saying that,
Yeah, Marty be pulling them
I was
out,
just
man.
saying you got to make sure that,
God,
when dudes is traveling, a lot of times they don't think about the things that you just said. They just thinking about trying to find the cheapest place possible, and then they just kind of negate all that other stuff because their money is not right. So they trying to find, everything is on a budget, so they overlook all those important factors.
I got a question for Marty, real quick. Marty,
Yeah, it was good.
let me ask you something, man. Like, with all these girls that you got going on there, man, how did you manage to translate, man? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Using this translator is a pain in the ass because majority of the women don't speak English. Like, how were you able to get the girls to do certain things and all that, especially if the language barrier is kind of
Well,
an issue?
it's a combination of pipelining. Like I was telling you before, I got a spreadsheet when I travel.
Spreadsheet, god damn.
Yeah, I got Microsoft Word, Monday, Tuesday, 8 to 12, 1 to 3, break
Wow.
time, lunchtime. Who's spending overnight? Who's coming out with me to the club? Like it's
Wow.
all planned out,
This
and
dude got a whole
them know-
algorithm.
I let them know ahead of time. If you fuck up and you miss your appointment, I can't guarantee you another spot.
Wow. That's
So
pretty good.
I lock in with them. I say 2 or 3 times. You sure this time, this day?
Mm-hmm.
I say cool, because just know that there is a quick replacement for you if you don't show up, and I probably won't see you again. If
That's some strong arming stuff because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
hey guys,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. This was a trial and error for Marty because in 2017
Yeah.
there was a lot of schooling I had to do. I had to sit down Marty many times in Medellin, like, yo, the
Yeah.
fuck you doing? Like, you waiting? Like, dude, I had one of his girls stole my damn lingeries, man. I was pissed as fuck, man. I'm like, yo. So to see Marty,
I was with you on that trip. Remember when they took your lingerie? I was with you on that trip.
oh yeah, that's another trip, man. Them hoes be taking my damn lingerie. But
so let me them hoes really be taking shit up, like, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I got me an Airbnb joint. I make sure I have security and all that, so I ain't really running to that. But I mean, is it notorious that women?
I mean, it really depends. I mean, to be honest,
most people have knickknacks like watch, phone. I mean, if you really think about it, you really gonna have a chick that's gonna be thirsty for knickknacks? I mean, it happens, but I think if you do crazy stuff, like you get drunk, you fall asleep, and she's in, like, if you don't really know the person, like I tend to pipeline, and it's usually through a friend of a friend, so it's not like I'm just meeting somebody at random for the first time. It's usually, if anything, I have a good relationship with her, and she recommended me to her good friend, and so now we have like at least a little understanding of
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how I kind of roll too, because me and you were talking quite a lot over there, and you was kind of being my little coach guy. You know what I mean? So I had to get the coach on my
Andrew,
side.
It kind of goes back to if you cheat proof your spot, make sure your passport, your wallet, your money's put away safely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, granted, if you caught slipping with your lingerie, I got caught slipping with my lingerie twice. So it's all good. It's lingerie. I mean, I buy my lingerie on Amazon. It's $5. It doesn't hurt me. But I'm just saying, it irritates me when they take my lingerie, because every lingerie is meant for a unique chica.
A certain chica,
yeah. So I'm like, yo, you just took my damn stash. And Marty chick, man, she just took my favorite stash and shit. I was like, Marty, what the fuck, man? I was on Marty ass, man. But you know what, Marty, we had a good time.
He sleep, put this shit in my bag. I'm bring this shit for somebody.
But you know what? I'd rather have
the funny thing about it is I never knew. Like I said, I've never done any of that shit, but I didn't know. It was another homeboy I was traveling with. He does some of the same stuff as you was doing. He was like, man, you got to bring this little stuff with you when you travel.
Man, that works,
you
man.
Like that shit.
You know what I was doing one time in Brazil? I bring out the what you call the girls wear to work out on, the tights,
yoga pants.
Yeah, man. Brazil, they love that shit, man. Leggings. Yeah, the leggings. When I go to Brazil, I bring that legging set.
Yeah.
And when I give it to them, they be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And it's just like, and
How you know what
Medellin, I
size
rented
to get
lingerie.
though?
I only like I have a preference,
Oh, okay. I got
so
you.
I only go for small, medium.
I got you.
I never get large, man.
No, okay.
So,
No BBWs, huh?
nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm not gonna travel. I'm not gonna waste all that money on the plane ticket and hotel and
Yeah.
COVID test to smash a large chick. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, Black Travels. Did I ever tell you the story of a guy who went to Punta Cana?
No. What happened?
Yo, this man thought I was bullshit when I told him, like, yo, Punta Cana's expensive, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Hell yeah.
This man was like, you don't know what you're talking about, man. I can afford to go there. I'm like,
Okay.
I said, okay. Let me tell you something, man. As soon as his black ass got off that flight, them cabs were
the mafia.
them
The pink shirt mafias. I call them motherfuckers pink shirt mafias, man.
The cheese mafia.
Like taxi, like how much? $100. You're like, what the fuck?
Man, they hit his hat. They hit his ass so hard with a plantano. That nigga didn't even know what the fuck happened. All the goddamn money he was spending, man. He was like, Drew, help me get out of here, man.
Yeah, he's about to go
trapped in the cab game, bro.
He about to go broke down that joint.
Look, listen, I tell guys.
He's like, I'll take you over there, $150.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I tell guys all the time, man, you better off renting a car in Punta Cana than dealing with the pink shirt mafia.
Nah, man. I ain't driving out there. Them people crazy as shit.
I don't even fuck with the spot, man. They be like, you trying to go to spot? I say, man, I ain't wasting my time over there spending all that money for what?
And pink shirt taxi mafias, they get you, boy.
And Dominican Republic, they don't believe in red lights. They just go.
Yeah.
Go. They driving past everything. You see bikes coming in the middle of cars.
Everything.
Anything like Colombia, it ain't no different. They crazy as hell too.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you guys this. Last year during COVID, because I always rent a car when I'm in DR. Dude, I seen 3 dead bodies along the road, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they
hit
a truck.
Going.
Yeah, it was a 3-person on a motor concho.
Yeah.
They hit a truck, man. They all 3-person died. A guy and 2 girls died. And they literally passed by their bodies. And I'm like, whoa, that's a body.
Yeah. Because they ride out there. They don't have some of them no helmets on.
No helmets, man. Just
3 or 4 on one motor concho. And I'd be like, damn, that's like, but that's, again, that's one thing I will say, it does humble you though. Like I said, when I first went to DR and I had never left the state and I was, it's like, I was like, God damn, I had never, I'm coming from the inner city. So, I seen poverty, but, I ain't see poverty like that. I was like, God damn it, it was, like, it was just like it had messed with my head because I had never seen people like so poor, Like I said, after that, I was like, damn, I said, I'm start being a little bit more thankful for the shit I do got because I'm like, damn, I had never seen nobody, like I said, poor that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna give Marty the floor. I want Marty, if you can you walk us through the videos that you're showing, man? Because these are incredible footage, man.
I'm definitely gonna give me a panda though, Marty. You don't mind, do you?
What's up?
I said I'm gonna go to the dollar store tomorrow and see if they got any pandas in there, some panda puppets.
Now, so basically, what you're seeing is behind the scenes footage because a lot of times when people see they really just see the finished product a lot of times
So did you brand? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. So did you brand that laser panda? Is that your brand?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sweet.
Once I saw that it was catching on the way it did,
I
was like, yeah, I gotta definitely do something with this.
Okay.
So
nice.
let me just go down here. Yeah, so a lot of times people just see like the finished product. They don't really see the behind the scenes and how things behind the scenes. So I was like, let me start like filming some stuff. And
are you filming everything in the apartment or do you go out in like the neighborhoods and beaches and all that kind of stuff, or it's just all in the
it really depends. Like it depends. I'm not really out in the street. I pretty much the type of space that I get is usually big enough to have like a comfortable 6 to 8 people.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you know I'm going to be utilizing the space to do shoots and whatever else, have people over. So I personally need a place that's big enough to house all that with a view.
Oh,
So
okay.
the stuff that it's going to be more expensive than the usual ticket just going over there. So, but I already know that going in. So before I go, I make sure that everything is pretty much taken care of ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
These things are planned well in advance.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
And then it's all about like scheduling. So what
Yeah.
happened with the panda thing, it just kind of took off. But it's me being me.
Right.
And, like, I don't care about looking cool. I
Yeah.
feel that the stuff that I do is cool enough, and then everybody who's
No,
down
it's
with
good work.
you know, they'll gravitate towards it. And that's basically what happened because like when people come over, like I'm not even really paying too much attention to them. I'm more focusing on setting stuff up.
Yeah.
Just getting like seeing how I move. It's like I'm busy. I'm sweating. I'm moving, and then I'm making sure everything's right. And by the time we get to stuff like this, the finished product, then it all makes sense.
It's kind of funny, guys.
What happened if the chicas want the pictures? you make them pay for it?
No, we you know. There's always deals to be struck some kind of way, but I always like when I do photos. What's good about a little trick if you're a photographer, if you have Amazon Prime, they have a service where you can upload unlimited JPEGs. So now what you do when you do a little photo shoot, you as the pictures are downloaded into your computer, you can upload them to the Amazon and just send them the link, and they got everything they just did within minutes.
So where does it land up? But they can't get it into it unless it's in your account, right? You load it up to your Amazon account?
I send them the link and they got it forever.
Like a hosting site almost?
Yeah, it's like basically Amazon has
I didn't know that. Okay.
If you have Amazon Prime, you
I do,
have
I got Prime.
online storage. So basically you say this girl name is Stacy, right? I'll do a photo shoot with her and then I'll upload all her pictures under her name.
Okay.
And then I'll just go in there, get the link,
and send her the link
through WhatsApp, and then she's got everything. She can go post it, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's basically advertising for me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't know that Amazon had it.
She posts it, and her friend sees it, and her friend's like, "Who's that? Oh, that's Marty." Oh, you know, everybody knows me. Like people were contacting Andrew when I made that post that I necessarily knew, but they knew of me. But they were like, "Oh man, you're in town. I want to shoot you." I was like, "No, I ain't in town. With my friends here. You know, show them a good time." So people that I don't even know me. You know, so and then
you did it the right way though. You set that shit up right. So because I would imagine once they look at that joint, they'd be like, hey, send me your friends. So I want some pictures too. You know how women are, they competitive.
Oh yeah. Especially in Colombia, these girls they like to one up each other. So
exactly.
I'm bringing something over there that they don't even sell the kind of equipment I bring over there. So
okay.
Once they get a picture from me, it's going to be different from anything they ever did. Currently, you know. So,
and one thing, guys, you know, just being there with Marty and from the back end, from the outside looking in, he's a complete professional. The way he treats the women, the way he's set up, it's like it's a business. It's like it's like a professional setting. I mean, he really takes pride in his work, and for me to watch him do that. But I'm just saying, but just being the back end, just watching him set up, like I was there watching him set up and everything else. I was literally his assistant. So as assistant, I made sure, like, you know, the girls between shots, I'm talking to the girls, pouring them drinks. You know, hey, do you need anything? You want food? You know, I'm speaking to them in Spanish. Hey, you know, tu quieres comida? You know, whatever. And it's like, yeah, I'm hungry, and I order the food, and we'll have everything while he's busy. I'm taking care of all the little things, and next, you know, and of course after the shooting, man, hey, whatever happens.
You know, by that time,
so Marty, are you providing the girls outfits? Are they coming their own shit, or you got a whole wardrobe set up, like step in the door number 2 and put on? Put
Well,
on the bikini.
at first I used to bring stuff, but
Okay.
now it's gotten, because like I said, every time I go back, we're on another level. So
Yeah.
now it's to the
Okay.
point where I'm actually dealing with actual models.
Yeah.
And they got their whole thing together. Like
Okay.
I would much rather them bring their shit that they're
Uh-huh.
comfortable with,
I got
because
you.
I can only
Yeah.
bring so much with me on
Yeah,
the
I feel you. Yeah.
so
Okay.
I'm dealing with girls who got it together. So it's
Yeah.
just a different level.
Mm-hmm.
And they hair, makeup, all that. They got
Okay.
people for that. So it's
So when they come to the shoot, they already ready. They already know what time it is.
it's a professional,
Yeah.
through and through. I mean, I have my people that I deal with,
Okay.
just with friends, but
Okay.
for the girls that are with agencies, it's like a regular shoot.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
utilizing the spot that I get. Like I said, the spot that I usually get,
Mm-hmm.
you see, like the surroundings look good. It's spacious, open.
Yeah.
Everybody's got enough room to move around,
Yeah.
be experimental. Yeah, and if you notice, a lot of my girls don't have a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah.
That's how like if
Fellas, stay away from the girls with the tattoos.
you notice my girls.
What's up with the girl with the tattoos? Is that
It's trouble, man.
I mean,
It's trouble.
Stay straight from the hood, bro.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if it's done
You don't wanna
tastefully,
deal with
all of them? It's like,
I mean,
I don't think I had none from. I haven't had none when I was down there. They had tattoos, but I was just curious.
Me personally is a turn off, but it's just like what I'm noticing. A lot of the issues is always with girls with tattoos.
Okay.
Just be mindful of that.
Yeah,
Well,
man, just stay away, man. That's all.
I just mean like if
they
it's
might
done,
steal your cheese and your milk and all that.
No, I mean, yeah, I feel you because these women look very, very high class.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes you'll run into a girl with a little sleeve here and there or something.
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
got
just
you.
talking about like it's just over the chest on the
She
eye.
looking like 6'9".
Yeah, like I try to stay away from those type of girls.
Yeah,
Hey, dude, you say tattoos over the eyelid. What the fuck?
Yeah, I got you.
But see that's a testament. Like I need when dudes go overseas. Hey, yo, give me a girl next door look. Forget about the fake ass, the fake titties.
Yeah,
girl, that shows me that you have reach. Like anybody can get a girl who's just out and about with tattoos and fake titties, fake ass.
I had to try them fake titties. I had to try them fake titties at least once, though, Marty.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But what I'm saying is a lot of dudes punch up to the next stratosphere. Like this chick, she's probably in college somewhere.
Yeah, they look real classy, definitely.
Yeah, these girls got jobs, or they actually a lot of them have money. And they're not looking to get paid for.
I got you.
They're good. They're there because they want to be there, not because they're being paid to be there. In a lot of cases, they're actually paying me for them to come for me to shoot them. That's the difference, And like I said, I mean, you can see like I'm just psyched. This wasn't my last trip. This is like 2 trips ago. This particular apartment.
Okay.
And I had, it was so
many. I noticed
girls.
Some of them are in like black and white. I mean, I guess. So what are you shooting those with?
Oh, I use the Canon R5.
Oh, okay.
That's like the top of the line.
Yeah.
I got all top of the line stuff. Like my stuff, no joke when it comes to like the equipment that I use. Like professionals, you respect the stuff that I have. It's just going to get better. So that's another thing. All this is just going to get better. I'm reinvesting in different cinema cameras. Got one coming like in a week and a half from now.
Which camera you got in now?
The next level. When I go back out there, it's going to be a serious problem.
Yeah,
it's they waiting. Like I got some things that I'm working on. I'm gonna be back out there. Once I get out there, it's going to be on a permanent basis.
Oh, sweet.
You know what I'm saying? So we working on that right now.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, these women, like, I mean, look, don't see no tattoos.
Yeah.
White teeth.
Yeah.
They got all their teeth. That's important. Some dudes, I mean, like
they out there looking like mob wives.
I mean, some dudes they be like, yeah, man, I'm doing my thing, and then all right, cool, let me see some pictures. Man, the stuff I've been seeing, I'm
Yeah.
the wrong person to show pictures to if they don't look right because I'm scrupulous.
You be like, you flew all the way over here for that?
Yeah, like you might as well stay home and just went to the block.
Hey, Dominican Don, let me tell you this, man. Like, dudes will literally book a flight, hotel, spending money just to smash mud ducks, man. I'm like, are you serious?
Hey,
Get me.
Hey, I just want to intervene real quick and say, Marty, thank you for saving my ass.
No problem, man.
That Airbnb shit that I booked that's way out there was far as shit away from energy.
Yo, this guy Andrew,
I could have been robbed and shit. That shit is
yo,
crazy.
So
he
you were the
was
guy we were
so-
just talking about of what not to do.
he was so far off the map when he showed me his apartment. I stopped.
Yeah.
We had an intervention. I was like, "Yo, Drew, get on the phone now. We looking for a new spot." He was like, "But I'm gonna lose money." I was like, "It don't even matter. Whatever
It
you
don't
gonna
matter,
lose,
man. It
it
doesn't
don't even
matter.
matter." And to be honest with you, the spot that I put him in was actually cheaper, and it was just as good, and it was in the middle of the whole the action.
Yeah.
Norelis, right?
I only lost like $115, so it ain't shit.
Ah, it ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing.
Yeah,
He was good.
But you didn't do your research though before you book your spot. You just close your eyes and pick the spot.
I did do my research. The thing is that I didn't think I was that far away from the action because you got to understand, I've never been to Colombia before.
Okay, I got you.
So when I booked, it said Medellin. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm in the spot. But then when I showed Marty was like, hell no, get the fuck out of there, bro. But I'm like, yo, this shit looks nice. I'm like, I had my own little jacuzzi. This shit looks good. He said, dude, you're gonna have to be calling cabs like crazy, and it's gonna be super expensive. Oh shoot, yo, go back. Who was that? That looked like one of those Kardashian girls. Her right there.
It's one of my little,
Oh damn. she looked like what's her name?
Chloe.
Chloe. No. Is her name Chloe?
Yeah, she looked like Chloe.
The younger one.
Kendall?
Kendall, she looked like Kendall, bro.
It's when you make the connections, man.
Yeah, she's nice.
She's
nice.
It's a little Jay-Z speak.
Yeah,
well, listen, I
So
have a lot.
so Marty,
Yeah,
what's this one right here? Is these 3 different women?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
These, like, let me tell you, like, I make a lot of connections when I'm out there, and I'm not cheap when I'm over there either. I have a good time. Like, I fridge is stocked with nice food, alcohol.
Hey, Marty, can you say that again? You're not what?
I'm not cheap when I go over there. I'm not frugal. Like, I'm going there to have a great time. Like, so dudes that be like, they be so tight when they traveled, like they be watching their pockets like little pocket wizard.
Oh my god, I just experienced that too. You know my story, Marty.
Niggas ain't gonna get my pesos.
You know my story already, man.
So Marty, Marty, Andrew, Don. So we're not the same because the fact that we put more effort into our traveling. Would you consider the same as every other traveler out there? So any black man could do the same thing that you doing out there, guys?
I'm just gonna say it's not for everybody. Traveling's not for everybody, especially if you haven't traveled before. You gotta get your feet wet and understand that, this is how it is. I mean, because even with some men that I've traveled, believe it or not, some of them will get frustrated with why the women are like this, and all these women are hitting for money and all this other stuff. I said, dude, well, you gotta understand, you gotta understand, what's the word? Traditional values. A man is always supposed to be a provider, so of course these women are looking for you to spend money on them and have a good time, rather it's indirect or out of direct. It's the same thing in America. You're gonna spend money. I just like to spend money on quality things. If you treat me right as a man, I don't care. I'll spend money on you. That's how I look at it. So I just want to make my money straight.
I think it's like I said. I think we're different. Everybody. I think each. I mean, we're individuals, right? We're not. So we all have our own style and charisma in the way we carry ourselves, and that's what I was trying to talk about earlier. So whatever that is here is going to be the same, wherever you go when you go somewhere else. So yeah, there's you're going to be seen as a resource, but I don't think that's anything specific to to Latin America, men are going to always be seen for a resource from a woman. Period, in my opinion. So, but the other side of that is how do you conduct yourself? I mean, if you conduct yourself, as a I think me and we talked about this a long time ago. If you know how to carry yourself, you dress in a certain way, you know how to put together an outfit, you know how to put on a nice smell of cologne, you know how to command, what I'm saying, yourself and carry yourself as a man. I think that you're going to get treated differently, in my opinion, than somebody that's coming over there that's poor hygiene, sloppy, not healthy looking, and stuff like that. To me, you're going to get treated differently.
Nobody can
Yeah, like I want to add to that. Like,
Chachi
one of the big
said.
reasons that separate me from a lot of people is like women is always second. When I go places,
Yeah,
I picture myself like, do I want to live here? So I
yeah,
network with people. Like I try to meet other high value men. Like
exactly.
I
Yeah,
put meeting like other guys, like minded guys ahead of women.
yeah,
Because the women's gonna come at the end of the day.
yeah,
That's why when I go places, I got
yeah,
connections. I can move different ways that other people
yeah,
can't move. Like you could go hang out with high
yeah,
society people with money. That's why I always say
yeah.
like, yo,
And I just want to intervene and say this real quick, man. You men need to calm your thirst, man. Leave that thirstiness back at home. There's
yeah,
no reason for you to be thirsty. There's so many women out. You know how many times I get guys that be telling me this overly thirsty about these women. I said, dude, women is second nature back in foreign land. They come
Yeah,
with a territory. You don't have to
yeah.
be. You don't have to be worried
You don't have
about.
to be
Oh
extra.
my God.
Yeah,
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 it's all that
yeah,
extra stuff. It's like you got to understand
yeah.
that there's so many women there for men. Like it's insane how many choices you have.
Man,
So there's no
bro,
reason to be thirsty.
yeah, I mean, exactly. But I think, like I said before, it's also an educational experience, like I said before, because most men in the States, like I said, I mean, most of us have heard Kevin Samuels, and we probably listened to him and stuff like that, and how he talked about patriarchy and hypergamy and all these types of things. But most men in the United States, it's still as men in the United States, we still have our own battles in the United States that we have to deal with as men in terms of how we're seen as men and our role in society as men is not the same when you go to Latin America. So a lot of guys, when they travel, they don't understand that. So they go to Latin America and they think they got to be doing all of this extra stuff in order to try to,
And you
show the
know
woman
what?
that they have right, but that's
I'm
not
just gonna
necessary.
intervene. I'm just gonna intervene and say this too, man. Doing that extra stuff can get you into a lot of danger. So
Yeah, yeah,
of
especially
course.
with hanging like wearing jewelry and all this other stuff. It's
yeah,
uncalled for, man. Just dress regular.
yeah,
Like my boy,
yeah.
for instance, man. I'm gonna just gonna give this little. I'm gonna actually do this on my channel too. I'm gonna talk about my experience that happened in Colombia, and I got some videos and
Uh-huh.
clips. And stuff. But like
Hmm.
for instance, my boy, he came with me. This man was wearing a fresh pair of J's, like Jordans, and then
Yeah,
we were walking through Medellin. You should see the amount of crowds and
yeah,
kids that were coming by and following my boy. You know what I mean? We were
yeah,
at this it's a place called Graffiti something. I don't know, but it's like a tourist
yeah,
area, but it's also
Commune
yeah.
13 problem.
yeah, but it's
Community
also in the
13, yeah.
ghetto too. So we
Yeah,
were
definitely.
walking by
Community
there.
13 is in the ghetto. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's in the ghetto. But we was
Yeah.
with somebody that speaks English, and he speaks Spanish. One of Marty's boys, what's the name? Alejandro,
Alejo.
Alejo. Yeah, he's cool as hell. So I told this man, yo, my boy gave me the scoop. You can't be wearing no name brand stuff. What does he do? This man wears the brightest colored name brand shit known to man, and then he starts
Yeah.
saying hi to these kids. I said, dude, what are you doing, bro? Don't say hi to them kids. You don't know what
Yeah.
they could probably set you up by somebody and then give the call like, yo, this dude's coming down here, da 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 da. But
Yeah.
these kids kept on following us the whole time. He was like, yo, what's going on? Why these kids keep following me? I said, because you called them over. What you think? So they
Yeah.
were following us the whole time. Next minute, a whole bunch of other cases, man. I just love kids. I said, yeah, but you know what? You can love your kids at home, but not these kids over here. You don't know, bro. So, anyways, we're walking down the hill. A whole bunch of kids next minute start following us. He was like, how do you get rid of them? I said, you know how you got rid of them? He says, what? You're gonna have to pay them. You gonna have to give
Yeah.
them money. Hey, you call them over, of course. So guess what? He was just giving out a whole bunch of pesos. I say good job.
Yeah,
You
that's
like them
crazy.
dudes come up to you rapping. But sometimes I think again, like I said before, it's just it's just inexperience. Like I said before, that's why I think that the stuff that you're trying to do that they can take with them that we learned, what I'm saying, from our own experiences. Because a guy, using a pair of J's or Jordans as an example, he doesn't understand what that means when he steps outside the United States, right? He might not have been wearing Jordans just trying to necessarily flex on anybody. He might have just, I'm like, hey, I got me a fresh pair of Jordans. I'm trying to rock with, I'm trying to rock this while I'm on my trip, not understanding that, what that signifies.
No, dude.
Nah, he just
Oh,
said
okay.
like
He
he wanted to.
understood,
This
I'm
is
just
bro.
playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying he might not know.
No,
nah,
bro,
because
bro.
I
You're not
experienced the
listening, bro.
same thing like with like people coming to Thailand, like coming to like
Yeah.
We know.
Pattaya and all that. Like they
Uh-huh.
wear like big fake jewelry and junk, and I'm like, but
Okay.
Thailand is super safe. But like
Yeah.
Colombia, I never been to Colombia, I can't speak. But like
Okay.
people be trying to style on people for no reason. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, what are you flexing?
You
You're
don't
already
Okay.
in
need
the
to
top
bring that
1%
type
by
of
just showing up
attention.
from America.
But you
Yeah.
don't need that. You don't need all that type of attention drawn towards you.
Okay.
Why would you
I got
want
you.
that? At the end
Yeah.
of the day, you're gonna have women that's gonna check you out regardless. They know that
Yeah.
you a foreign. It don't matter if you don't need to just wear all that extra name brand shit. You're only gonna attract the wrong type of attention. So I just try
Well,
to
like I
keep
said before,
things
but it
simple.
goes back to what Ken was saying. If we are we all the same, right? So if I'm 400 pounds, right? I'm just using that as an example, and I'm showing up to a foreign country. I got to try to, I got to look some sort of way so I can get the ladies to look at me. So I might want to wear a chain. I might want to wear a fitted hat. You know what I'm saying? I might want to wear the J's and stuff like that, so I can get some sort of, so I can look a little bit more appealing to compensate for the fact that
You
I'm
don't,
overweight.
dude. But you don't need to do all that, man.
Yeah, yeah, I don't agree.
That's
Yeah,
too much, man.
Okay.
You don't need
Yeah.
to do all that. That's why I try
Yeah.
to tell black men, leave that nigga shit back in the States. You don't need to bring that shit over there, man. Just be
Yeah.
yourself. That's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey guys,
I
this is
mean, yeah, I mean,
awesome,
I agree.
man.
Like I said before, I mean, I only say that because when I first started, I mean, I don't do it now, but when I first started going, I was that guy that you guys are talking about. So when I came, I had, my shiny chain on and shiny wrist bracelet on and fresh Jordans or I'm saying stuff like that. I was that guy. And then as I grew more as a traveler and stuff like that, I'm like, what, as a man in general. I'm like, you know what? I don't, and I understood the coach. I'm like, you know what? I don't need all this other kind of stuff, right? So then
You know
eventually
what?
now it's like,
Look,
go ahead.
I advise every black man, especially
Yeah,
with the health issues,
yeah,
get your body game on point, man.
yeah,
fact.
Even
yeah,
at
yeah,
40, get your body game on point. You don't need name brand clothes, dude. I wear a
yeah.
white V-neck shirt,
Facts.
fitted shirt, shorts,
Uh-huh.
and Chuck Taylors, man. And that's all I wear, man.
Okay.
I got a smart watch. I got an
Yeah.
Amazon smartwatch on. That's it, man. You don't know how much
Uh-huh.
money I make, whatever. But
That's it.
when you see my big ass walking
Yeah,
towards you, you know, like, I don't think I'm gonna rob this dude
yeah,
today.
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
so it's
yeah,
like, I mean, yeah,
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff you don't need to do. You don't need to wear them big ass box Air Force Ones or Jordans. Where subtle
yeah,
things that makes you kind of like they don't know what you are because again, depending on what country you go to, you may fit in with the
yeah,
locals. But
yeah,
man, just keep a low profile,
yeah,
smile, get your teeth clean,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
invest in some cologne. If anything, I get more love based on the cologne I wear. I get girls asking like, "Damn, what are you
Yeah.
wearing?" Like they always want to smell me. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like instead of you investing in some big ass Jordans, just get one of
Yeah.
those small colognes that make you smell good, man. Work
Yeah.
on your
But
body,
you
man. Learn some
sometimes
Spanish. Or,
you gotta get fitted though. Like I said, like Marty was talking about. I'm like, what are you guys doing when you trying to be with the upper class of the neighborhood? Like if
yeah,
you want to go
okay. Well,
somewhere,
for
I
me,
gotta wear a blazer and a button up.
okay. For me, I buy slim fit jeans.
Oh, okay.
Slim fit
Uh-huh.
jeans, not skinny jeans, slim
I
fit.
got you. Yeah, I'm with you.
I
Yeah.
buy the slim fit jeans. I bring a
Yeah.
blazer, depending on what country I'm going to, the weather. I'll bring a button down
Mm-hmm.
or a polo.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure my clothes is
Mm-hmm.
pressed, and I just look,
Yeah.
look simple. But the thing is, at the same time, they look
Okay.
at me, they'll still take me serious if I were to walk inside a building. But
I got you. Yeah.
but you don't need to go over like wear the Louis Vuitton belt and shit. Like everybody got to see your
Yeah.
belt,
Yeah,
and
that's too much. That's too much.
this man purse shit, dude. That is so suspect to
Oh
me.
hell
I see
no.
dudes walking with that man purse
Nah, I don't
across
think
your
you
chest. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Locals don't even do that. Why
Oh, you been
do
hanging
that?
from your hand. I'm like, man, I ain't walking. Yeah.
Them
Yeah,
pouches,
I don't mess with none of that. I ain't
right?
hating on nobody that do
Yeah,
that.
the
I'm just
fanny
saying I
pack.
don't do that.
That's lame as
Yeah.
fuck, man. I see dudes doing that shit in Colombia.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I've seen
dude,
that a lot in Colombia, but you know what? I used to disagree with it, but then I could understand why they do it because some of them will strap it across their chest, right? The little strap, little thingy.
mhm.
But at least they
Nah,
know where their money is. You know what I'm
nah,
saying? Their money's
bro.
always
I'm
going to
good
be in
on
front
that
of them.
one.
If they got to put their wallet, if they got to put their money or their whatever, their wallet,
Nah,
right, it's
but
right
but
there.
yeah, but
'Cause
you stand out doing that. That's like
I don't even travel with all
Ah,
that shit.
this
yeah,
is.
that's true.
I
you
gotta say
kind of
this.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
gotta
me
say this.
personally, I don't carry a lot of money on me. I put my money in my shoe. Like I just do it the old school New York
yeah,
way.
same here.
I put my money right
Same
in my
here.
shoe. I leave my driver's license, whatever information I gotta put it, just leave it in the safe. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
just
I'm
See,
make
gonna
a
say this
copy of
though.
it. I make a
I
copy
do
of it and put it in my
wear
pocket.
fanny packs like that, but the reason why I wear that is I hold my camera in there. Like I have my action
Uh,
camera,
yeah.
my tripod, because it's not gonna fit in my pocket. Like a
Yeah.
GoPro,
well,
not gonna
that's
fit in.
different.
exactly,
Well, that's
exactly.
different because you're doing something with it. But when I'm talking about the dudes that just wear it, ain't got nothing in there but just their credit card and their money. When you do that, the locals
Yeah.
don't do that, so you instantly stand out. Now, like for
Yeah.
me, I'm kind of like Marty now. I bring my camera out, I bring my lenses. I have a backpack on. So
Yeah.
I always have my back on my backpack, but I keep all my shit in my shoes. I'm like you, Andrew. I keep everything in my shoes, man. If I need to go pay for something, like, hey, can I use the restroom real
Hmm.
quick? I go to the
Yeah,
restroom, take the shit out of my shoes. All right, let me
Yeah.
pay for it now.
All right,
'Cause-
this is always
Yeah.
messing me up. I never been to Colombia. Like I've been to Tanzania, I've been to Thailand, I've been to the Philippines. What puts me off about Colombia is like I hear little things like that, like yo, you gotta put money in your shoe.
no, I mean that's
Like, and I've been to
everywhere.
You
Haiti
don't
too,
gotta
so
do
like,
that. You don't gotta do that. Ain't
No, you don't
nobody.
have to do that in
Yeah.
Colombia. I mean, it just for me, just traveling so much, it's become a habit. Especially when I
Yeah.
carry a lot of cash. Like for
Yeah.
me, instead of using ATM, I'd rather go to the bank here in the States. Before I fly out the next day, I'll take out 1,000 or 2,000 out, and I put it in my shoes.
Yeah.
And
and those
granted, it feels
Colombian people will come up to you, man. They'll start doing some crazy shit in front of
yeah.
you. Like I had these guys just came out of nowhere and started like doing some shit to my shoelaces. I didn't even give them
Yeah.
permission. They just jumped out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck y'all doing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, puppy, I do this for you. I do this for you. And
Yeah,
they
they just trying to
started
get the
doing all
money
this.
from you. But I
Yeah.
found in my experience, generally speaking, like I tell any dude, it's like if you you know, just like if you was gonna go in the inner city, if you know how to handle yourself in the hood, you got to take that street sense with you when you go when you go out of the country. And from my experience, most of the time I ain't really have nobody, speaking specifically in Colombia, we never really had any issues with anybody that we consider to be suspect and stuff like that. You're gonna have people that's gonna run up on you and try to, you got the dudes that's trying to rap to you, they want some money, and the children they walk up to you trying to do your shoes and stuff like that. But I don't I haven't really heard any stories where you got to you getting pickpocketed and all that kind of stuff, or getting somebody sticking you up in broad daylight. I think it's just more of a conscientious thing. Me, I don't really when I go out, I keep my money in my pocket, but I travel with a little bit of money, and I don't have I don't roll with my whole
Yeah.
wallet. I make a copy of my ID, and I keep that in my pocket, and very little cash, right? And then and sometimes that can be problematic, because if you're trying to do a whole bunch of stuff throughout the course of the day, what I'm saying, you got to make sure you don't run out of money. So sometimes I might carry my ATM card and cash, and that's just in my pocket. But again, it's just a little bit of money, not enough where I feel like I need to put it in my shoe or anything.
That's true. That's true. Well, hey guys, it's 2 hours and 14 minutes on the call, man. I really appreciate this. It's 1:19 a.m. Eastern. So I want to go ahead and close it out. I guess I just
Okay.
want to do a final
Yeah.
walkthrough, have you guys
Yeah.
make your final statements.
Hmm.
Starting off with Bobby Davis and Marty. Marty, I have you close. So Bobby Davis, what's your final thoughts on the subject, man?
yeah, man. Basically, I want to say is like you have to invest in yourself. Like,
Yeah.
put some time in style, gym,
Yeah,
get your language game up, get your
yeah,
money game up. Like, these stories y'all been telling me is crazy. Get your money game up. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You got to be the whole package because
yeah,
traveling is not going to solve your issues. Like,
yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Thanks, Bobby. Andrew?
Regarding to traveling, I would say make sure that you do some research and also be more observant of your surroundings.
Yeah.
The same thing Marty was saying, especially with chicks, if you're inviting them back to your place, um, like I've talked to one from Facebook and she's been mad cool. She's been looking out, she knows other girls for the most part, and then she'll feed you to girls that, they know the whole transition. So if you play it that way, you're good. Just play it safe. It's always good to connect with people that speak English there.
Yeah.
I met a Nigerian guy. He speaks English, and he was cool as hell too. So I didn't really feel any danger out there, man. I'll be honest with you. I felt very safe. I had a good time, and I do plan on going back for probably another 2-3 weeks. But just be more observant. When it comes down to danger, surroundings and whatnot. But and just be more mindful, man. Just don't try to spread your wings like a peacock and try to attract so much attention to you. You don't want that. You know what I mean? You want to move incognito mode.
yo, Andrew, what's your channel, bro?
The Andrew Show. You can type in. I used to go by the Andrew 26101 Show, but since I got my old channel taken down, you can type that in the description box. I talk about a lot of red pill issues, traveling, dating, all that.
Okay, I'll definitely put Andrew Show, right?
Yeah, Andrew 26101 Show. You'll see me popping up.
Okay. Dominican Don, what's your final thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the brothers already touched on it. Like I said before, it's just it's a, if especially if guys, if you're first time jumping out there, like I said before, you don't need to do all that extra stuff. I mean, just take it from guys that have done that stuff already. Just take care of the basic stuff. Make sure you're in shape, taking care of yourself, physically and mentally and stuff like that. Kind of have a game plan before you roll out. Do your research, find out where you're going, find out, I'm saying, where everything is, how far uh, things are away from one another and stuff like that. Pipeline if necessary. And when you get there, like I said, to me, one of the most important things I think to do is try to build that social network in the countries that you're going to, rather than thinking so much always about the booty. Try to build that social network and try to make other connect with other men, other women, and things like that, so that when you're there might be other people that might have your back, or other people that you can kind of lean on for a resource when you're there. Expand that network.
That's true. Marty McFly.
Yo. Yeah, I'm just going through a couple of pictures. I ain't seen these pictures in a minute.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. It's about to be turn up season soon in Colombia.
It's a concert in there. I thought it was a concert tonight. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead. I thought it was a concert there tonight.
Nah, probably I can see myself out there permanently. Probably.
Oh shit! I had it last night. No, I'm just playing.
You talking about to live? You say permanent?
Yeah,
you mean to live?
I'm working on permanently getting out there.
Oh, okay.
And starting a company. I'm gonna have a good solid at least 10 models that I'm directly gonna be working with. Next level is gonna be YouTube also. We're gonna I have a YouTube channel, but I'm gonna structure it where I'm gonna be delivering, content,
Oh, okay.
fairly frequently actually in the country. So, but that's about a year off, so but we're working on it right now. But as far as everything else, I mean, all I can say is, I try not to critique anybody, but it's just like, hey, if you're gonna go travel, just be prepared, have everything, planned out well in advance. Don't penny pinch. if you have to penny pinch, you're probably not ready to travel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So only get over there when you absolutely feel comfortable, like, you know, where you can stretch your wings, so to speak.
Yeah.
And feel comfortable. I mean, and then shit, other than that, I mean, yeah, this girl, I remember this girl. She's cute.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some bad girls on this, man.
Oh
No,
man,
definitely.
man, I be forgetting so many. It'd be so many. I'm looking through like it's my first time looking because I haven't seen these in a while. This one right here.
And those girls are really small too. They're tiny, man.
Yeah,
That's
they
how I
are.
like them.
Well, hey
Medium,
guys,
not anorexic looking, but you know what I'm saying? I like them petite to medium. I don't like the BBWs, and you know what I'm saying? Everything got to be in the right place for me.
Oh, I forgot to add in real quick with Colombia, man. And I never really do this when I travel, but something told me I had to try the McDonald's real quick. You know what I mean?
McDonald's.
Yeah, Colombia, man. I don't know. Bro, I had this chicken breast from McDonald's, and I gotta tell you, it tastes so amazing. Like
This nigga over here.
it was the
McDonald's.
chicken, nigga. No added reserves. I didn't get sluggy. I didn't feel like I was having niggeritis. I was feeling amazing, man. I felt like I was ready to smash like 5 or 6 different girls out that was eating that
That
chicken.
nigga had a chicken sandwich and was
chicken
drunk.
sandwich.
That shit was crazy, man. I'm being serious.
You was like a chicken sandwich?
Nah, yeah, the chicken be slamming. Like outside of like America,
What?
like even Thailand, like yo, they make chicken junk be rocking, yo. That shit's OD.
I ain't never heard no shit like that. Because usually what I do is when I go out of the country, I'm like, I'm not eating fast food when I'm out of the country, but I get it though.
Hey guys, do you know in Brazil, McDonald's is like king over there? Like you
I
can take
didn't
a
know that.
baddie to McDonald's. They be like, yo, let's go to McDonald's. I'm like, are you serious?
Wow.
Like, yeah, let's go to McDonald's. I'm like, okay.
It's like she acting like you going to Bucharest or some shit. Like this McDonald's.
Man, it'd be a long line outside in Rio
Because
for
it's probably
McDonald's. I'm like,
like a cultural status thing. Like, oh, we going to McDonald's. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
I think it is. I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, hey guys, I mean, I'm gonna close as far
Cool,
as
man.
lame in the state, lame overseas, guys. Being a lame is a behavior. It's not what you look like or how.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Guys,
Marty,
it's-
take her off, man. I don't like her. Take her off. She's got an attitude, man. Oh my god, bad and bougie. If you met her in real life, have you met her?
Yeah, she's old school, man. That's back in the days.
she's
Facebook girl.
bad, man. She fell off.
Oh wow. Well, just going back to what I was saying. Being lame in the state, lame overseas is a behavior thing. Guys, be yourself, but yet work on yourself. Like I said, be yourself, but work on yourself. Don't be content where you are in life. Work on yourself physically, mentally, financially, spiritually. So when you go overseas, you can live your best life. Don't
Most
fake
definitely.
it. You know what I mean?
Most
Don't fake
definitely,
it and enjoy yourself, guys. And again, I know there's a couple of YouTubers gonna make a video response off of this shit. They probably do a 10 hours video response.
They're taking notes right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
they're
Hey,
taking notes. Trust me, man. They take like, oh, this motherfucker say this shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
be aware. Be aware. Hey, I'm gonna just let you guys know that there's a little Mexican cat that he don't like Mr. BBC traveling
word?
overseas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he hates on black guys for traveling. He does these.
Fuck him, man. Shit.
I don't even give him no energy. It's like whatever.
Yeah, he got that negative, weird vibe energy. No,
And, but guys, again, like I really appreciate this. This is just episode 6. I'm actually going to El Salvador in 2 weeks. I'll be out there for like 5 days. I'm doing a vacation trip, and I'm looking forward to it. And after El Salvador, I'm going to Mexico City. And after Mexico City, I'm taking my first Thailand trip in November.
Oh wow.
To that. Yeah, my first Thailand trip. I'm gonna do 4 cities. I'm doing Chiang Mai,
Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Phuket, and I'm doing Pattaya. Yeah. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna do 4 cities. I'm gonna be like literally a backpack rat, just moving around with the cameras, with the drone, just getting as much footage as possible. I'm looking forward to that, and definitely, I told Marty already when he goes back to Colombia, I'll do like a 3-day trip out there just to hook up with him.
Cool.
And hang out with them. But hey, guys, thank you so much for everything, guys.
Yeah.
I hope I hope
Appreciate
the
it.
audience learned from all these travel veterans that actually participated on the live. We look forward to having another one. And dude,
I ain't run out of pitches yet.
yeah, I know, man. I see, man. Oh, dude, hey, have you guys ever smoked weed out in Colombia before?
Of course, man. That Colombian
Man,
weed is
shit,
amazing.
man. Yo, I used to
Yo.
have one. I used to have one. They used to bring me a bag, man. And
Yup.
man, I just smoke it and just
And they're
chill
like
out.
50 cent, right? 50 cents a roll.
No, I gave her $20, man. I never forget this. I gave her $20, and she's like, "I'll be back." Though she came back with a bag. I'm
Yo,
like,
you gave her too much, bro.
no. It's like, dude, I was drinking, man. I was like, yo, just here's $20. That's all I got right
Oh,
now. And
shit. She loved
she
you for
came
life.
back. No, she brought like a huge bag. I'm like, whoa. I told her to keep the rest. I was like, let me just roll up one and just smoke, and she keep the rest. But man, the quality is high grade, man. I'm like,
High
wow.
grade and it's all natural, man. I was
Yeah.
like,
All
yeah.
natural. Cool, man.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much. You guys
All right,
have a
bro.
great night,
Appreciate you.
and let's make it happen, man. Safe travel, guys.
All right. Have a good night, man. All right, later.
Be easy. Yeah.
Have a good one.
All right.